Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and children of all ages, yeah, it's that crazy voice you heard at the All-Star race last week. It's me, it's Big B. Byron Rodney up here in the booth. Chris Cup, it's Sunday night. These guys are out here in the middle of qualifying right now. ESPN is in the house bringing you coverage of the Chris Cup. That's round 6, ladies and gentlemen. If you remember, this track might look familiar because we raced it last week in the All-Star, but there were no points on the line. There were no, it was just all about ego. It was all about go out there and get the prize. It was all about go out and get what you can. These guys now are back to points racing and everything counts. We'll probably see a little bit more gentlemanly of a race going on tonight. But you know what? I'm not going to be doing this thing alone. I got my cohorts up here in the booth with me right now, helping me call this race. I do believe is my main man, Mr. Ernest King. Where are you, buddy?
Right here, bud, just chilling in the booth, waiting for this thing to get rolling, looking for some good racing once again. Definitely not the all-star situation we had last week, but I'm looking for a good race all in all, good points day for everyone.
Yeah, that's what I'm kind of searching for. And don't forget, folks, the guy who's bringing you the sights and the sounds, the man who's got the eyeball on the track with the talent that is equaled by no other. Joining me up here is our man, producer, Kevin Conyu. How you looking tonight, buddy?
Oh, looking forward to this. As I've got Chris Jonathan Leach, our buddy, up on screen in the 48.
Watching him go around the track right now, picking him up, putting him down, looking to put down a good qualifying time. Oh, smacks that wall. That's not going to be a good qualifying time. Pancakes that right side off of that corner exit. Trying to get a little more than he possibly could have gotten. What do you think there, Ernest?
Yeah, they're qualifying. You're always going to try to push a little bit more to get that extra 10th out there. So that's probably what happened to him. He'll get, once the race starts, he'll get mellowed out a little bit and take his time getting around there.
Well, it did not give him a time on that lap for qualifying. I seen him pick it up, sitting on the pole right now is Chris Gossett. Now, everyone's named Chris. Poor Jonathan, Chris Jonathan Leach did slot it in at 26.619. Not going to do it. Slowest of the guys that went out there and took time. 10 seconds left on the track. I got Chris James out on the track right now, hauling the mail, but I don't think he's going to be able to get some time across. Matter of fact, he brings the pit side right now. So our starting lineup has been set. Qualifying is over with as the grid starts to come up, and I need to re-update my timing and scoring because there we go. I don't know why, but guys, my drivers all disappear when we switch from qualifying to racing, and I got to bring it back up.
Well, we got the grid up on screen here.
You're going to have to run down the grid, and until they actually get rolling on the track, take that first green flag. I can't give you the running order.
Well, on the first row, we got Chris Gossett and Christopher Lawrence. Then we've got Christopher Tate and Christopher Ritchie in third and fourth. Christopher Otto and Chris James in fifth and sixth. In seventh, you have Christopher B. Williams and Chris Roberge. In ninth, you have Christopher Williams. In 10th, you have Christopher Reese. 11th, you've got Christopher Landy. And 12th, you've got Chris Leach there.
All right. Now keep her going.
All right, in 13th, we've got Christopher Takacs, another Canadian joining Chris Roberge. Chris Thompson in 14th. Chris Raul Meza in the 37 car in 15th. Chris E. King and number 16th. CJ Jones following up in the 33 and P17. P18 is Chris Joey Reese, and following up on the end of the grid there is Chris Corvée. Chris Corvée going to start shotgun on the field, but if I remember right, he did not do too bad the last time I saw him on this track. We're going to have some comers and goers. We've seen how they did it, guys. The last time they did it, they were going for all they could, but we did see tire fall off start to become an issue in this race. These guys have a much longer distance to cover tonight. We're going to bring you 200 laps here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. It is points racing. Every point counts towards the season. We are in round 6 of the Chris Cup. iRacing being the platform, ESPN the network, and Sunday night Chris Cup Racing is your league.
Pace car is pulling off right now. Got the field in tow as I'm looking through these paint jobs. Guys, the creativity that I'm seeing here is just blowing me away. Everything is crisp in here. And I'm looking at the 71 of Christopher Landy. That is getting super creative because we don't have a Best Buy car here in the Chris Cup. We have a Chris Buy car.
Yeah, I get a trip out each and every week just seeing some of the different paint schemes that these guys come up with. It's a trip just seeing them. Especially, I mean, most of the guys I think run pretty much the same one for a few races, and then they might change it up. But it's just amazing to see the imagination these guys have in this series.
Yeah, creativity just abounds like crazy in here. As I'm watching the cars circulate out on the track. Lights are off on the Chris Tang Pace Cup, or Pace Car as we call it. Green flag is going to fly here shortly.
I wonder how patient these guys are going to be. Last week was a totally different animal. I think maybe this week the first couple laps might be a little rough, but I think as they get going, they'll kind of string out and just turn some laps. It's a long way to go tonight. Going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, going to be a lot of fun as we see the pace car take that hard left turn, ducks down into pit lane, waiting for the green flag. Tommy Gossett in control of the field out in front of the 21. The green flag flies, loud pedal gets mashed. Tommy says, "See ya, boys, I'm out of here. Catch me if you can." As they are off to the races. Under the green here, Charlotte, 200 laps.
This team top three look like they're going to get broken out here a little bit.
Guys are starting to mix it up. And, taking a memory from the All-Star race, man, the first 5 to 10 laps on these tires, these guys were able to throw the cars around where they wanted to. I don't know how well we're going to be able to do it tonight. As you see, the sun is starting to set here in Charlotte. We are going to take a track transition, ladies and gentlemen. The temperatures are going to change. That means the handling and the balance on these cars is going to change. So even though we're running a fixed setup, it's going to feel different from day to night.
Oh, for sure. And most definitely the speeds are also going to pick up later on when that sun drops also.
Yeah, one lone breakaway, Christopher Tate. Oh, my God, and that 25. Beautiful painted scheme on that thing is just set sail. 0.8 of a second on the field. He's leaving the whole rest of the field scrambling, figuring out how in the heck did he get himself up there. Started a little more back from the front row, but is in command of the field thus far.
Yeah, you'd think maybe these other guys are just sitting back there in second and third, Mr. Otto and Gossett going, I'm going to let him go for a little while and let him wear his right front out. We'll come up and get him in a few laps. Yeah,
we're only 4 laps deep into this thing, so like I said, tire fall off isn't going to be too much of an issue. Christopher Tate hauling the mail, 29.2 seconds, 29.3 for Chris Otto, and Gossett at 29.5. These guys are starting to settle out, starting to string it out as I look back through the top 5.
Oh, we got contact.
As we have the number one of Christopher Williams getting it all sideways. Let me go back and take a quick look. Looks like the back end of that car just decided it was going to step out on him as he hustled it off into the corner. Or did he have... No, he had a little help from the 98 of Christopher Robert. Oh, God, he's going to kick me in a ding-ding. Roberge?
Roberge, yes, sir.
Yeah, he's going to kick me in a ding-ding. Guys, I'm going to murder these names. I might be here for another week or two. We don't know. As we're shuffling things around in the holidays for broadcasting duties. But, yeah, I'm going to try not to get the ding-ding kickage as we are under caution here. Lap 5.
And Poole...
you think a one car just got out of the throttle just a touch more than the 98 did. I think that's pretty much what made that happen. And that 37 car just had nowhere to go.
Yeah, that 37 is...
Gotta wonder, are we going to have any takers on pit road? 3 of them so far. And they are the ones that I think were all kind of involved. Mostly backmarker. Chris Roberge is in. I'm watching him cycle down. Roberge is in. Williams is in. Mesa is in. Williams is in.
Yeah, it's pretty much everybody in the back of the field. Pretty much all the leaders stayed out. I think that was a little bit too early for the leaders to go out also.
Yeah. I did not get a chance to check with him. We do have tire limits here in the Chris Cup. We do have, let's see if I can figure this out. I can hit a button and I can get what we've got going on here. All right, we got 6 sets of tires. The set they started on and 5 they can change in. They're running 75% fuel, so we are going to see maybe, 27, 28 laps out of these guys before they're going to be looking for 30 laps before they're going to be looking for pit lane.
Was that 1 quick repair or a 0 here tonight?
What was that?
How many quick repairs they have?
I'm checking that out. Quick, fast repairs are set to 0.
Oh, yeah, I see that 37. He still has a little bit of damage on that front end. All right, that's going to hurt some gentlemen early in the race this evening.
All righty. Now, at the start of this race, we saw Christopher Tate just all of a sudden stand up, put his foot in it, and say, "See ya, guys, I'm rolling," and put on one hell of a, took him to the woodshed kind of attitude for the first 5 laps of this thing. Now we've got a little bit of wear in those tires, just a little bit of the goodie scrubbed off. What do you think he's going to be able to do, guys? He's going to start from the pole. He's going to have that ultimate starting spot. He's going to be able to take off and control the field. Do you think he's going to be able to run away again like he did?
I think it's possible he might be able to. I don't think he'll be able to get as far away as he did on the initial start. It also depends on Otto and Gossett how hard they want to push it, because we don't know, how hard they were pushing it. We don't. So I guess we'll see.
Yeah, everyone electing, all the front runners electing to stay out. Top 14 not taking tires. P15 through 18 coming in and getting by the looks of it, well, Chris Robert, he might only take right side tires only. 12-second pit stop. The other 2 pit stops, damage repair, 4 tires, maybe no tires, we don't know, and a lot of damage done, repair done on Chris Mesa.
Yeah, that's what the times look like. 42 seconds on pit road. Not a very long time. And again, he didn't use much fuel either, so that kind of helped him out on the time there.
Right. Lights are still on the Christang pace car. As they go off, they're going to form it up 2 by 2. Christopher Tate going to lead the field green in that 25 machine. He has got command of it. Elects to take the inside line. Everyone forming up 2 by 2 behind him. No fast repair tonight. You want to step gingerly. You want to be, how many times you guys heard this thing, man? You gotta, finish, or before you can finish first. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I always look at it as you got to race the racetrack before you race the competitors. You have to be around at the end. I know it's pretty tough sometimes when you're in it and your mind is going a mile, miles an hour, just like the car is. But you have to beat the racetrack before you beat the competitors.
Yeah, and every time I get out in front of a race personally, I start racing out of that rear view mirror more than I do the windshield, and that causes me to have an issue where I start maybe overdriving the car, and wearing the goodie off of my tires, and then I just step all over my own junk when I'm out in front. But so far, I've been impressed. Christopher Tate hasn't had that syndrome happen to him, but it is early in the race. As the Ford Mustang pace car is leading him around turn 4 here at Charlotte, you're going to see that pace car take that hard left turn into pit lane. Ernest, bring us to green.
Mustang, Chris Cup, the pace car off the racetrack. 25's holding them down a little bit. There they go. Oh, slid the tires a little bit. That 25 did. 88 got a good run on that high side. I think that 25 will make a good comeback on the inside there. Got the 21 pushing them deep in there. Down low they are.
Yeah, side-by-side racing as they hustle it off into the turn 1-2 complex, bringing her down the backstretch. Christopher Tate on the inside, Chris Otto on the outside. Don't look now. Here comes Gossett down on the inside as well. You're going to make it a 3-man dance for the top spot. We got a race here, gentlemen. I've noticed when we take that restart, everyone just hustles for what they can get. But it looks like it's back to business as usual. Christopher Tate out to the point and starting to stretch it out.
Yeah, Otto's got a close second go. He's keeping kind of good tabs on him. Then you got the 20. You got Richie and Gossett behind them side by side battling with a nice one going on.
Yeah, and don't look now, but right there between Tommy Gossett and Takis, he is all over the rear spoiler of the 21 Motocross car. Or is that Chris Craft? Yeah, that's the Quick Chris car.
Tackett's going to try it on the high side there.
Want to get her done the hard way here in Charlotte. But as your tires wear out, man, that high line starts to come in. Rubber starts to go down on the track, then it starts to get a little fun.
Yeah, I try to avoid that high line in 3 and 4. It's pretty good at 1 and 2, but 3 and 4 in the center there, your car tends to get a little tight, but he's doing a pretty good job there.
You know, you guys hear the discussion about cookie cutter tracks, you know, in NASCAR. You know, oh, the 1.5 mile D-shaped ovals, all cookie cutter, blah, 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 blah. There is nothing cookie cutter about every 1.5 miles on this track other than maybe the look of it from about 10,000 foot view. Every track handles different. Every track has characteristics, fresh pavement, worn pavement, bumps in it, grooves in it. That makes it, you know, its own individual challenge to race. And Charlotte, you know, in this newer, you know, scan from iRacing is not an easy track, let me tell you.
Oh, no, that's for sure. I've driven it a couple times in the Cup cars, and these things absolutely fly around this track. I just saw a couple seconds there. The 21 almost made it 3 wide under Takis there, but he did a good job on backing out. That probably wouldn't have worked very well for any of them.
Yeah, going back to the front of the field, Christopher Tate, he's not pulling it out like he was on that first green flag run. Don't look now, 0.2 of a second off of his back bumper, and 0.2 is not a lot of real estate. That's Chris Otto in the 88. Looks like he's creeping up on him ever so closer.
Yep, they're all running within a tenth of each other. First, second, and third, you have a 78, 85, and a 60. So they're all pretty much on top of each other right now. And Tactics on the inside.
Yeah, Tactics getting it done over Chris Ritchie in that Tabasco's car. I love that paint job. You guys are going to hear me just bragging about the paint jobs and the creativity these guys got. But they are putting on one hell of a show for you, man. Working lap 14 and 200 here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. The leaders are pretty much out there all on 15-lap old tires as we are working the 15th lap. The guys that came in and took tires and repairs still mired in the back of the field. Doesn't look like they got any advantage on it.
Pit stops now, so I can take a look. Yeah, they're still back there. Some of them had a little bit of damage, so I really didn't think that would help them that much just because they had a little bit of damage. And at this track, the downforce does help you a lot.
Closest battle I'm seeing out there on the track right now, C.J. Jones in P10, Chris Thompson. No, that'd be Thompson in the and Chris Reese in the 75, and Chris Williams. I see a 24, but my timing and scoring shows a 31 for Chris Williams, so I'll make a note of that. But you got the 40 to 75 and the 31 throwing haymakers towards the end of the lead lap cars, toward, you know, what, peak 11 through 13.
Yeah, that's right. They're all back there trying to mix it up. As a matter of fact, those are back there with Ray Borges and Williams. All those guys are the ones that were on pit road there.
Here we go, back to towards the front of the field. I'm taking a look at Chris Ritchie in the 35 in that Tabasco's car. He is just throwing haymakers with Chris James, and Gossett is right there with him. Nice side-by-side racing. A lot of respect given in here with tight quarters racing. That shows you the talent that's behind the wheel, guys, here in Charlotte. Like we were saying earlier, man, Charlotte is not an easy track to drive, especially in these cars. And look at the side-by-side racing. You got 2x2, 4 cars all dancing for that, for that fourth position. And they're just not slipping up. There's no yellow caution coming out. If this would have been an iRacing official, talk to me, guys. How many cautions would have seen with them racing that close, that hard?
Oh, yeah, most definitely. We'd have had a few more. It's just these guys, they're more into it. They've paid more attention. Sometimes on those official races, people just aren't paying attention to what the car is going to do later on in the run. They're just, pedal down all the way. I'm sure these guys here by now starting to probably work the throttle a little bit more than what you would in an official race.
Yeah, but I'm taking a look back to the front of the field. Don't look now, man. But Tate's got a different number giving him company to his back. Takis, your Canadian buddy Mr. Kevin Conyu, has made it around the 88 of Otto and moved himself up into the second position. Solid drive by the Canuck.
Yeah, I've been watching that name going up that scoring tower.
From where he started in the race to where he is right now, I'm kind of impressed with what I'm seeing by my Northern Border buddy right there in the 46. Nice run going on. These guys are out here, working lap 21 of 200. You got to be wondering how far, full fuel load gets you maybe 57 laps around here. We're working 3/4 tank of fuel load, so maybe 45 we might see them. We're about halfway through a fuel run then.
Yeah, you also got to worry about how much time or who's going to take a gamble to stop earlier. We haven't really got into that discussion yet. That's going to be fun later on in the race when people start going earlier. They make up all that time, and then some other people come in. Then you have 3 different schedules. Of course, caution come out. That changes everything up.
Oh, yeah, caution's a great equalizer. Every time you could have the perfect strategy. Your crew chief can have everything lined out for you. You could, short pit and get ahead of the whole field. But you know what? That yellow flag comes out. That's a great equalizer. Re-rack them, pack them, and stack them, and do it again.
As you guys can see, we've got about 3 packs of cars having strung out on the field now.
Yeah, I'm focusing in on that second pack back there. Christopher Reeson at 62. He's slowly moving up. Jonathan Leach, we saw him tag the wall in qualifying, but you know what? He's running this race a lot more smarter. He's not pushing it so hard. He's managed to move himself on up to P9. Chris James in that number 2, he was one of the front runners up there. Working with, he was up there in the top 3, and you're seeing him starting to fade back, wondering if he didn't burn up his stuff a little bit while he was battling with Tate and Otto. But don't look now, but Gossett makes the move around Otto, move Gossett up to the 3rd spot, and he's going to try and set sail, see if he can catch him back, attack us. And, your Canadian boy there is just hounding our leader, Christopher Tate.
Yeah.
Mr. Otto was running second there. It looks like he's lost a little bit of pace on there as the 21 got around him.
Well, we saw it last week when we were watching the All-Star guys. I know the guys were probably driving a heck of a lot harder last week during that All-Star race than they are tonight. But we are 25 laps on this set of Dr. Feelgoods on all 4 corners of the car. The tires have got to be giving up. They were doing, let's take Christopher Tate for a good example. His best lap was a 29.026. His last lap was a 30.9. He's almost 2 seconds. That's 1.9 seconds off of what he did. Caution is out.
Yeah, that's Mesa.
Mesa, the 37. Let me go back and take a look, see what happened.
Oh,
He brings her around off of turn 4 by the looks of it. Car just gets real tight up into the outside wall on exit of turn 4. Did his best to save it. You know what? He kept it off of everything. He's just got a little bit of right side damage where he scraped the wall. But who was that went by him that had to have that would be the, wow. The 71 of Landy has got to be looking, fresh underwear to the 71 pit, please. Fresh underwear to the 71 pit.
the good thing about that is it's very rare to spin at a 1.5 mile track and not hit anything. That's pretty good. He'll just have to slap 4 field goods on there and continue on his way.
Well, it looked like he just got real tight, went up into that outside wall, which is kind of the opposite. You guys have raced Atlanta, and we got wholesale pit stops happening here. All the leaders are coming in. 27 laps they ran on that set of tires. Let's see, is anyone going to go right sides to do the experiment at this time? Is everyone going to take 4 and call it good?
See, looks like everyone's coming down.
Now, the point I was trying to make earlier is you've raced Atlanta. That's a D-shaped 1.5 mile oval. But when you come up off of turn 4, that you come up over that hump and your rear rear suspension unloads. And wow, Christopher, I'm seeing a lot of fuel only or 2-tire stops here, guys. Christopher Tate, our leader, had to have only taken 2. 7.5 second stop.
I'm saving tires for later, maybe. Yeah, but back what you said too about Atlanta, that track is definitely different than this. Like, it does unload. I kind of think the exits at Atlanta kind of remind me of Dover. When you're going down that hill or coming up out of that hill, your suspension wants to seem like it gets lighter because it comes off that track a little bit. It has the kind of same effect there.
Right. And over here at Charlotte, you don't have that lifting effect exiting off of turn 4. As a matter of fact, it's almost different. The car don't want to turn. You're going to tighten up. And we talked about tight and loose, folks. You hear us all talk about those conditions. Tight is where the car doesn't want to turn. When you turn that steering wheel to the left, that car keeps going straight. So you're going to hit the outside wall with the front end of your car. That's tight. Loose, what we're talking about, is when you turn the wheel and the back, the front end turns, but the back wants to turn more than the front end and spin around. So you hit that outside wall with the back of the car. That's loose. I went back and took a look at that pit stop from Christopher Tate. That's a fuel-only stop, gentlemen. He, unlike everybody else in the field, has got an extra set of tires. And that might, with the 200-lap race, that might play into his advantage.
It's not going to help him right now.
He's sitting duck right now.
Yeah, if I was behind him, didn't we see this last week? Same exact thing. Remember last week at the All-Star Ring, we had 2 people stay out. Mayhem, carnage.
Yep.
They spun the tires, they couldn't go. Luckily, it's only 1 car this time. I wish them the best, but that 21 car, oh man, I'd be laying off. Well, you can't lay off too much, but
and let's face it, that last restart, we saw the 25 spin the tires.
Yep, and he most certainly did.
All right, he has got a lot of laps on them tires, but he does have a fresh set that he can hold into reserve for the late stage of the race, but you got to make it to the late stage of the race. And being a sitting duck up here on the front starting grid, yeah, this is going to be an interesting restart, ladies and gentlemen.
Do you think maybe he's thinking that he's going to get a quick yellow? That would be the only thought that I think he could be thinking.
You know what? A quick yellow, everyone else staying out. Yeah, they'd put him on the same set of tires, but he did take a full fuel load with a 7.5 second stop. So he's going to double stint this thing. Okay, what's your over-under? How many positions do you guys think he's going to give up here?
I think he's probably going to, if it's a long run, I would not doubt he drops probably back to 10th.
What's your idea, Kevin? Maybe what's your cut over-under number here? Kevin Conn, you stepping away for just a second?
Yeah.
Well, that's what goes me in. I didn't pay attention. I seen this little icon there.
Oh, sorry.
Kevin's back.
Sorry, I was right there. I was just on mute. Yeah, I think around the same, maybe 7, something like that. But I don't know. I have a hard time with, honestly, with the predicting.
Well, you know what? I'm going to go, as talented as a driver as we've seen him going around here, I'm not going to be as severe. I know I'm going to guarantee he drops out of the top 5. I look for him to maybe hold down a P8 at best. Possibly, with everyone else on fresh tires, and he's got 30 laps on his, dropping completely out of the top 10. But ladies and gentlemen, we're fixing to find out here, quick, fast, and in a hurry, as the lights are off on the Chris Tang pace car. It does make the hard left turn into pit lane. Tate has got control of the field, holding him down. Green flag flies. He hits the loud pedal. Tires go spinning. 21 up in his rear deck, pushing him for all he's worth. Let's see how long he can hang on. As they haul the mail off into turn 1, he's already lost 1 position. Talk us to the point.
Yeah, I think he might be able to hang with him here for about 3 laps. And then after that, once his tires get heated up, choo-choo train's coming, buddy.
All right, well, we're about to drop one as Chris Gossett looks like he's going to take her down to the low lane with Otto right on his tail. And the 25 of Tate hanging strong, but just cannot. He's not being able to take the short way around the track, and he's not able to hold the high line momentum with the older rubbers. These guys are going to start to freight train him here. He's way out there, high on that track. He loses one position. He's getting set to lose another. This is an interesting strategy call. I'm going to have to ask him about it post-race, as he does finally bring her down low into the freight train into fourth position, but he's got Richie all over his rear bumper. Richie makes the move to the bottom, gets down to the inside. He's going to drop that fourth spot, move him back to fifth. And Lawrence, a little bit of contact, moves him on up the track. He's going to lose a couple of spots there.
Yeah, that's going to hurt big time there. I think Richie just wiggled a little bit and it kind of caught his vision, and he kind of went up the track to avoid some contact.
Yeah, you're seeing the difference between fresh tires and old tires on this track. He's driving like he's got a parachute hanging out the back of the 25 as the one of Chris Williams gets around him now. Guys, this looks like a legit drop clean out of the top 10 is going to happen.
I'm honestly impressed with how well the rest of the field is doing, moving around him as he drops anchor.
All right, yeah. Chris Jones is getting ready to jump in there, but gentlemen, I just caught a good look at the paint job on the Jones car on the 33. Yeah, I love it.
That's somebody's face. Maybe at the end of the race we'll have to. Maybe I'll ask him to chat or something to see whose face that is on the front of his car.
Well, whoever it is, it looks like it's got a big mouth in that Mustang grill on that thing. As he's getting ready to get around the 25 of Tate right now. Tate, if you're gonna make a kind of decision like that to double stint the tires, let's face it, guys. Early in the race is the time to do it. Because I think Tate has got the skill to get himself back up to the front once he gets on equal footing with these guys. But he also has a set of tires now in reserve that nobody else does.
And that's the only gain, is that he has that extra set. Will he need that extra set? Too early to tell right now. I know he's struggling right now. And so now his mode of thinking is, okay, we need this thing to cycle through, or is he hoping for a caution to get back on after they run enough laps?
We almost had the caution as Chris Thompson took a big hit on that outside wall, went and mowed the grass on the infield, but he was able to gather it up and keep it rolling. Caution does not come out, but Chris Thompson is falling all the way back to the tail end of the lead lap, and he's not moving very fast at all. He's going to need some repair work because the right-hand side of that number 40 Coors Chris Light car is kind of pancake.
And we're back up at the front of the field here on looking at your favorite how is it? Tabasco sauce looking car of Chris Ritchie.
Chris Ritchie, yeah. I mean, he's in a slugfest. He's right behind Otto. Take a blanket and throw it over third, fourth, fifth, and sixth, as these guys are throwing haymakers. But they're racing smart in my eyes. 35's moving up. Takas, your fellow Canadian there, he has just set sail 2.5 seconds ahead of the field. Gossett running in second. And then you got to go another, 3 seconds before you find Otto in third. These guys are starting to string it out, and you're starting to see who can be able to, do what I call hold a pretty wheel. You're not sawing on that thing. You're making smooth inputs with your feet on the throttle and brakes. I figure guys with 12 laps on the cars are probably starting to use a little bit of brake to maybe set the front end of the car into the corner, and starting to feather that throttle coming off. But they're making smooth inputs with their steering wheel that's keeping life in those front tires, that's allowing them to make these turns. But taking a look at third, fourth, fifth, and sixth, man, these guys are just throw a blanket over them. We got a race.
Oh, yeah, to go back to what you were saying about maybe using a little bit of trail brake or something like that. I know when I'm on the racetrack, I got a button on my steering wheel where I can do a little bit of change with the brake bias up and down. If they are using a little bit of brake, they can go down on that brake bias a little bit to help that car turn into the corner a little bit.
Yeah, they want to put more rear brake bias to that thing. Move those brakes to where the rear tires are grabbing more than the front. That's going to give you a bit of what we call weight transfer. And when I was talking last week during the All-Star race, what I meant by weight transfer is if you take a marble and you put it on the floor pan of your car, when you hit those brakes, that marble wants to roll forward. Well, the marble's rolling in the direction that you're transferring weight. The more weight you put on those front tires, the more grip they're going to get, but also the faster they're going to wear. You put more rear brake bias in to help set the car going into a turn, but if you get on those brakes a little too hard, snap, see you bye, you're going to go spinning.
Yeah, you're definitely going to wad that thing up going into the fence. But I'll tell you what, we got a good battle here with Otto, Richie, Lawrence, and Williams. They are all over each other.
Yeah, Richie, I mean, he is all over the back of Otto right now. I mean, I don't think I could have put, 2 pieces of paper in between the front and the rear bumpers on those things just about a half a lap ago, as they are just wearing each other out, pressuring.
Oh, there it is. Oh.
And he holds
He
it.
held on to it. That's good right there. See, I don't know if Otto was holding him up or not. It kind of looked like he was a little bit. I might have just moved up a little bit and let the 35 go.
Yeah.
But these guys are competitive, so you know how it goes sometimes on the racetrack.
He manages to hold it and slide right back down, and that was impressive.
Yeah, and it just goes to the talent that I've been talking about with these guys in this league. The amount of, car control that I'm seeing out of these guys racing on this particular track in these close quarters is just blowing my mind as we're working lap 45 of 200. Guys, before we started the broadcast in the pre-race production meeting, I said we're going to put our work in tonight. We got 200 laps of this, but holy crap, we're a quarter of the way there now, guys, or 5 laps short of a quarter of the way there. This is going by quick, fast, and in a hurry.
That's a product of good racing. Not a lot of yellows, a lot of good fast laps. Tell you what, we got the top 2. I know we're watching this battle here back here, but I'm just watching a little bit of times. 64 and a 60. Gossett is 4/10 quicker than the leader there. So, but they have checked out. This is the best battle on the racetrack right now.
Yeah, that battle going on for third place, contested between, don't look now, but number 2 of Chris James is trying to sneak into there too. So third place is getting contested by 5 cars here pretty much.
Well, I'd say it's almost looking to be 4th place contested by 4 cars, because after that brief attempt to take it away, Otto got back around Richie and, just took off, and now that allowed the 9 of Lawrence to now be door-to-door with Richie.
Yeah, it looks like Richie just got shuffled up to that high lane, couldn't get it back down to the bottom of the track, left the door open for these guys to start freight training them on the low side, but we're 20 laps into this run on tires for these guys. Speaking of tires, let's go back and take a look at the 25s falling all the way back to the 13th position. He is 14 seconds off of the lead that he used to hold, but he does have that second set of tires in there. He's got 48 laps on him tires. You got to wonder how long is he going to try and push this.
Indeed.
Yeah, that's what I was worried about when I saw him come out there with fuel only. I was like, okay, so he was hoping for a quick caution. And
all right. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, now that it's gone this far, he might as well short pit and get some time made up, because he knows now that hopefully it'll stay green after he goes in. These guys will have to come in and he'll get that time back up and still have that extra set of tires toward the end of the race.
Yep. Now Otto has checked out a little bit in the 3rd position. Let's take a look at 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th. These guys are just swapping positions left and right. The 35 of Richie has got the advantage a little bit, but don't look now. Here comes that DuPont car. Now Chris Reese takes it down low underneath. Christopher Williams takes that spot away. Man, these guys are swinging blows out here.
Tell you what I find amazing. Otto almost loses it with a little bit of contact. Thought he was holding the field up, And he checks out, and now the 35's pulling away. We almost had 3 wide with the 2 car under the 62. This is amazing.
Well, if you're Otto in the 88 or Richie in the 35, you're looking in your rearview mirror and you're seeing side-by-side battles, then that's what you want to see because those guys are fighting each other. Oh, contact!
And he holds it!
Amazing.
Wow!
Amazing.
How in the hell did he keep that car straight on that track?
That's the second time we've seen this. We had the 88 first and now the 24. Teammates at that. Well, I don't know if they're official teammates, but the number in the Cup Series.
In fact, that gave him a bump.
Bump draft.
Yeah, that was a bump draft in 1.5 miles, man. That's a risky thing to do, especially up in that trial like they did. But he's starting to put a little bit of distance on the 62 of Reese. James is back there, still trying to catch up. And then here comes the 98 of Roberge and Chris Lawrence in the number 9. And don't look now, but rounding out your top 10, the 33 of C.J. Jones he's joined that battle. As Mesa is far distant running 11th. These guys are starting to run single file, starting to string it out. I think all the battling they can do is pretty much, well, just as I say that, here goes Chris Jones underneath the 9 of Lawrence. These guys are still racing hard, but 25 laps on these tires is not going to be an easy thing to do.
Yeah, and we're only going to have not a few more laps, but a little bit more time. And it's going to be green flag pit stop time. They need to start worrying about that. Also, it's going to be 4 tires and fueled in.
Yeah, unless Tate's got a crystal ball and he knows there's going to be some a lot of late race cautions where guys are going to be wanting fresh rubber and everything and using up all the rubber they got. His strategy of holding it out there to hold a set in reserve doesn't look like it's doing too well as these guys are just picking them up, putting it down. But it is the first quarter of the race. We just passed quarter mark way. We're working lap 55 at 200. These guys are, I don't think none of them, they all have as much talent as I've seen. What I'm trying to say is the talent I'm seeing behind the wheel with these guys, they've got to have, you got to know they got the discipline to not push it this hard this early.
Yeah, go back to Tate, what you were talking about with his staying out. The leader just ran a 31.17 last lap. He ran a 31.24. So the times are getting a little bit better for him. He's not losing as much ground as he was. But, man, he's going to have to – that staying out, it's going to have to cycle through at least twice now if they don't get a caution for him to even remotely have a chance of getting it back up.
Yeah, he'd have to work the undercut big time. Closest battle I have on the track right now, Christopher Williams in that number 1 with the aforementioned Tate and Mesa. All 3 of them just tied together as Tate goes around Mesa, and now it looks like the one of Williams is going to do the same.
Yeah, they're starting to put a little pressure on him. Man, I can only imagine how much Tate is fighting that wheel in that car to keep them boys off.
Well, he fell all the way back to, 13th or 14th, and now his tires are equalized out on this long run. He's starting to pick them off slowly but surely, but Tate, he's got a 4-second deficit. He's got to make up to the 33 of Jones, and I don't think that's going to happen by the time we see the next either caution or green flag stops, as we're working 30 laps on this stint right now. Working lap 58 at 200.
It's definitely trending in the right way for him. He ran a 30 last lap, Mr. Tate did, by the way. And the 2 people in front of him ran an 88, a 55, and a 48. So he's definitely faster than the cars in front of him, which is just crazy.
Speaking of cars that are faster than the car in front of him, Tommy Gossett in the 21 in second place. Don't look now, but he's closed the gap on that flying Canadian out there. It used to be over 2 seconds. It's down to 0.6 as the 21. Looks like he's going to make a late run, a late stint run at the lead here. He's catching them, running laps about 1/10 to 2/10 faster than the 46 of Tockins.
Yeah, I've been watching that as we've been keeping an eye on the racing in the back of the, well, not the back of the field, but, a little further back. And he's consistently been, 2/10 and faster than Tacky. So it's going to be a battle here for the lead here very quickly.
Yeah, I think you're pretty much seeing what these guys have got on this track, especially when they get deep into a run. It's singled out. Everyone's pretty much figured, okay, this is where I'm at until we rack them and stack them again with a caution, or I can get some fresh rubber on this car. And but when you go, you do a green flag pit stop, you get some fresh rubber on the car. How hard do you push to make up the ground that you lost off of the previous run? Or do you not push it so hard, hoping for a caution later to bunch it up and you've got some better rubber? It's all strategy, man. This is all the things that go through a driver's head, as well as hitting your marks, working that wheel and those pedals.
Yeah, usually what you want to do is you want to, kind of gauge it off the car that you're, like for instance, right now we're inside with Gossett. He's right there. He can gauge what throttle he wants to use off of tactics. So how much do I want to push going into this corner right now? It looks like he was a little bit harder going in. Tactics was a little higher. You know what I'm saying? So that's, as a driver, that's what I'll do. I'll gauge how much I want to push my car to the car in front of me.
Yeah, well, lap traffic looks like it might become an issue for these two as they're, the battle for first place is starting to tighten up. Gossett's there, but he is just, content to roll in those tire tracks. He is not pushing the issue real hard. He's not burning up what he's got. He realizes that he's got to save a little something, but oh my God, every lap he gets a little closer, and here he is, just 1/10 of a second away.
Yeah, that's a good job by him. He was patient. He saw tactics just pulled away out there by, what was that, almost 4.5 seconds, and he reeled him in. This is going to be good. It's going to be really interesting when the yellow.
Caution is out on the track, and it looks like Roberge is in the 98. And he has gotten into it with, oh my God, Richie in the 35. Richie just got tight, banged that outside wall, and couldn't keep it in. Roberge, he was an innocent bystander in that one, as Richie got the brunt of it. Caution's coming out. I know these guys were hurting for tires. I look for wholesale pit stops. I'll guarantee you Tate takes 4 tires this go around.
Yeah, I would imagine so. I think he was in that car going, yes, thank you, thank you, thank you.
As a matter of fact, normally, I'm going to look through here.
Oh.
Let me look through here. I'm going to let his pit stop get done.
Them tires were so hot on the one car, it looked like he couldn't get woed up, and he just had a little contact. I don't think it'll hurt him too bad.
Wholesale pit stops are happening. So far, I don't see any daredevils trying to keep it out now. They're all coming in.
Yeah, I think that was the long enough green flag run. I think that would be just, I'll throw this word out there, absurd to not come in and get 4 tires.
Well, like we said, Tate, we had, 5 sets?
Yeah, he had the extra one because he stayed out. So this helps him out, right? He still has that one extra set than everybody else.
Yeah, you had the set you started on, plus 5 more in the pits. So... Yep. Everyone's used up 2 of them. They got 3 sets left, except for him. He's got 4.
So that's what he was waiting for. I mean, he lost a little bit of time, but he's right back up in it now. Come off pit road, we got Reese, Gossett, Takis, James, Otto, Williams, Christopher Reese.
Yeah, I'm looking at the pit stop times for everyone. And, 4 tires, fuel.
Yeah, as soon as that spotter said caution, that light bulb went off in the headset. 4 tires. Bing!
Yeah, so just a reminder to our viewers, that's the 24 is showing up on your timing screen as the 31. That's Christopher Williams in the DuPont car.
Gotta love technology.
Yep.
It's a lot of fun, but there's always a hiccup.
Yeah, to be fair to technology, there's also human error.
Yeah, big time.
True.
It's like when they check the black box of a plane and they're like, nope, that was on us, the humans.
Right.
All right, Ernest, you're going to be able to carry him to green. Give me a couple of seconds here. I got to check on something.
All right. All right. Looks like everybody came in, which was the appropriate thing to do. Now we shouldn't have anybody holding anybody up, nobody falling back. Gossett and Takis, that was your first and second place before pits. They came out, just switched 1 and 2. We got Chris James running third. Otto, he almost spun out, a little bit of contact, worked his way back up to third, which he lost 1 spot. At fourth now, came out the pits. Christopher Williams in the 31, actually that's the 24. Sixth place, Christopher Reese and Christopher Lawrence, 7th. CJ Jones, 8th. Meza, man, didn't he involved in a wreck there a little while ago? He's back up again in 9th. And Mr. Tate, 25. Mr. I'll stay out and wait for a caution.
Yeah.
What's that about Tate now?
Yeah. So
just that he's up in the 10th. I was like, Mr. I'll wait for a caution is in prime real estate right now. Just needs to hope that nobody loses it in front of him.
Now, we had the over-under. We were talking about how many spots he was going to lose on that last restart. We've seen the quality of driving at this guy, and, he knows how to get it out to the front and not tear up his junk. So, what's your over-under on how many spots he can climb back to the front?
First off, I just want to say we got to award Ernest with the award for correctly guessing it, because the only way to measure it would be to set, where did we measure it to, and the next restart is the best place to measure it, and this would be the next restart if I'm correct. So, Ernest, you hit it on the nose because you said 10th, didn't you?
I did.
So there we go. So why don't you go ahead and give us your prediction this time?
All right, let's see. We know Takix is very quick. Gossett's very quick. Otto, he worked his way back. I say if the next caution, are we going to the next caution or just before pit stops or whatever comes out first, correct?
I think it's the next call. I think you have to do it from the next restart. That's the only way to really, have a good...
I'll say his work. All right, I'll go with 4th place.
All right.
That's a solid prediction in my eyes. From what I've seen, very solid prediction.
Yeah, he seems to have a strategy.
Yeah, I don't know if he has, somebody working with him, a spotter or a crew chief or something, but I'm confident. I mean, they're stronger. Oh, coming down the green, boys.
Yep, base car is off. The green flag is out. The loud pedal has been mashed, and Takis gets the advantage on the outside lane. Looks like Gossett, even on fresh tires, spun him a little bit. Don't look now. Chris James is down there on the bottom digging for more. We got a 3-way dance for the top spot.
Oh, no, 21's blocking the 2 there. And then you got Takis coming down to get a little bit of side draft off of him. Nice battle for the lead. Don't look like anybody can really pull away on the restarts now, does it, boys?
No, those restarts look like they're kind of a jungle. These guys, they're all just right there with each other. And I'm looking at 5-car. Looks like to be a bit of a 5-car breakaway for that top spot. But the Flying Canuck, Takis, he's got himself out in the front.
Yeah, if we remember correctly, that last restart, he checked out, and then the Gossett ran him down the longer the run went. So this is playing right out. Then you got the 2-car of James and the 88 of Otto. They've been in the top 5. And oh, look now, I can't believe this, but Mr. Tate's in 5th already.
Well, that 4th place prediction that we said was pretty solid. Looks like that might not have been good enough. But then again, I've noticed that Tate's on the whip a little harder than other guys are, as he's just pushing that car a lot harder than the other guys have been trying to push it. And, he wanted 4th. He got 4th. Looks like he's going to get 5th here shortly, or 3rd shortly as well.
Yeah, but should we be worried about him using this stuff up a little bit faster than everybody and dropping? Oh no!
He's definitely used something. Yeah.
How in the heck did he save that?
I don't know.
My God.
That's the 3rd time tonight we've seen a driver sideways like that and saved it. Let's see if he can gain positions like the last 2 drivers did.
Well, okay, so we know he heated up those rear tires a little bit. We saw him get totally sideways. He only lost one position in that whole exchange, guys.
Well, he's just making sure he doesn't beat Ernest's prediction there. He realized he was on too much of a charge. He had to scrub some of it off and keep Ernest with his 100% accuracy rating.
Yeah, I was going to drag him into the booth to talk with us on that last caution, but I got to thinking, you know what? I did that last week, and that didn't work out too well for that driver, did it? So
no.
I'm not going to be the guy I'm not going to be that guy again.
No, let's keep our commentator's curse virtual.
We have had some of that this season so far. That's for sure.
All right, Tate making the move underneath Otto. He's going to get that position back. See if he can not go ahead and turn her sideways this time around. He's got it. Otto just pretty much moved over and gave it to him. But, we saw that when he had double the laps on his tires on that last run over everyone else, once the tire wear started evening out, he was able to pick up more spots. He was running faster time than the leaders were on that last stint on super old tires. So I got to think if the deeper we get into this run, he's just going to get smoother and smoother. But, catching those guys is one thing. Getting around them is something different.
Yeah, especially on the longer run when you have to really start using your throttle and your brake management to manipulate the car through the corners.
Yeah, but we saw the 25 manipulate his, self clean out of a sideways position. That, is something you don't really get out of. And take a look at this battle right now for sixth place between Christopher Reese, Chris Williams, the number 9 of Chris Lawrence, and now joining that party, Raul Mesa.
Yeah, once again, he's spun out earlier in the race and a little bit of trouble last time. He's working his way back up again, having a solid run.
Now, I want to talk to the character. We talked a lot about the talent of these drivers, and I can't tell you enough about the talent these guys are showing. You've seen it. Sideways, recover. Now I want to talk about the character of these drivers. How many times have you been in a race, gentlemen, you see someone get it crossed up, no fast repair, say, you know what, screw it, I'm not competitive, I'm just going to park it and call it a night. We're points racing, and the character of these guys, Richie, he's in the pits getting all the repairs that he can. Chris Thompson, he's 2 laps down, still got damage on it. He's obviously off of the pace, running, 2 seconds slower than the rest of the field, but he's still going to keep it on that track and get every point that he can. That goes to the character of the guys in this league, and my hat's off to them greatly.
Yeah, just to bring something up, earlier in the race, I looked down on the leaderboard, and I saw the 48 of Chris Jonathan Leach all the way back in 16th spot. I didn't bring it up because we were, having fun with Tate and all the boys running up front, but look at him now, back up to 10th. I was like, I'm thinking to myself, was he back there just keeping his car clean? Or waiting for later on in the race when he figures out what his car can do and what corner and when and what he needs to do to get that thing faster. This might be a guy to look out for later on in the run when he keeps his car clean.
Now, I want to focus in on the 11th place car, Joey Reese, for a reason here. Number 1, 75, that's my personal number whenever I race anywhere. And number 2, I'm a big fan of Carl's Jr. hamburgers. I live on the East Coast, so it's all Hardee's, but I get out west because I drive truck. I'm looking for a Carl's Jr. I love the creativity these guys have. The 75's rocking the Chris Jr. star.
Yeah, the Monster Burgers are huge here on the East Coast. I got a lot of Hardee's around me, too. Just humongous. That's good paint scheme. I like it. Feed your hungry.
Yep. Going back to the front of the field, don't look now, but Gossett has caught the Flying Canadian Takix. And he is right on that rear bumper, starting to apply a little bit of pressure. We'll have to see if he applies a lot of pressure or if he's just going to be content to sit back, ride, and wait for the 46 pilot to make the mistake.
Yeah, I was getting ready to say, I don't think he's going to sit back at all. It's early in the run. He's got just as good tires as he does, and he didn't let him get away as far as he did that first run. He's with him. I think he's going to pressure him. He's going to go.
I'm taken aback by how fast 200 laps is disappearing pretty soon. We're only 18 laps from cross flags, guys. We're almost halfway there. We've only seen a couple, 3 cautions, and now I'm starting to wonder about the 25 car of Tate. If he wasn't a little smart with holding back a set of tires. We're going to find out. We'll see how this plays out. But looks like Takis is starting to step it out just a little bit over Gossett, but Gossett's not letting him get away. Gossett's close enough to let him know that, hey, I'm here, and if you make a mistake, I'm there.
Oh, yeah, for sure. He's definitely going to keep the nose up. Whoa, got a little bit loose coming there. Don't look fast now, but that 2 car has caught up to those guys.
Yeah, where did Chris James come from? He has come, in a big, fast hurry, and now he's on the outside of the 21 trying to get her done, which is a hard thing to do with 18 laps on your tires here at Charlotte Motor Speedway, but he carries that momentum, and it looks like he's going to try to make that dive down. Have to see if he tries to take that position, but the 21 comes down low to the apron, cuts that advance off, slams that door. These 3 running nose to tail, a 3-car breakaway for the first position.
Right on. I'll tell you what, this is going to get good. We're just now almost to halfway. I really don't think these guys have really shown the aggressiveness or how aggressive they can be. They're playing nice, as they would say.
We saw how aggressive can get in this league last week.
Yeah.
Well, there were no points on the line. It was all pride. Whoa, the 21 makes a charge. 46 just says, no, you want around me, you're going to have to do it the hard way, go around the outside. 46 hugging that bottom line. 21 looking for a way around him. This is getting interesting, gentlemen.
And James is just sitting right here in third, as we call the catbird seat, just saying, all right, let me see what these guys are going to do as you fight that wheel a little bit off there. That's nice. I like when you have to fight that wheel a little bit to the right. That means your car's handling nice.
Man, the 46 of Takis, he's taking a nice wide arc into the corner. 21 is diving low to try to get to the bottom of the track sooner, but he just can't quite hold it there. Oh, don't look now, but he got up to that quarter, took the air off, forced the 46 to wash up the track a little bit. Oh, man, we got a drag race on the backstretch for the first position.
Oh, just keep it clean, boys. Long way to go. Keep it clean.
Yeah, number 2. Oh, we're trading paint on that backside. Number 2 is just this James is deciding to just. I'm going to watch what happens here, see how he got it done. Gossett to the point, Takis to second, but I don't think Takis is happy with second. Look at him working it to get more.
Yeah, I watch him in the truck series too, and he, restarts middle of the run, end of the run. He is just straightforward.
I'm just taking a look through my timing and scoring and see if I got any close battles like that, man. But the closest battle on the track right now is for the top position between these top 3 cars, and that is Gossett, Takis, and James out in front of this field, digging and gouging, looking for more. 23 laps on their tires. You got to be wondering how long before a caution comes out when they're racing this hard.
Oh yeah, that's first thing that popped in my mind, actually, when Takis was in front and he was kind of blocking the Gossett there, and I was like, oh, this usually doesn't end well, but so far so good.
Yeah, I'm just
oh no, don't put it under there.
Oh God, he's looking for it. He's looking for it.
This is good stuff right here. You can't ask for anything better. And here comes the 2-car applying a bunch of pressure on both of them. He's like, hey boys, I'm here. What you gonna do?
It's a flying V.
Yeah, they're moving that wedge along that track. Kind of looks like the opposite of them Canadian geese. Exactly. With the Canadians on the bottom, the Canadians looking for the front. Don't know if he's going to be able to hold it down there. They're pinching him down to that apron pretty darn hard in the corners. Look at the separation between these 3 as Chris James is just really pushing hard from that 3rd position. And might have pushed it a little too hard. Back to the 3rd spot, but don't look now. Look who's coming up on their rear bumper. 4th and 5th place, Tate and Otto.
I'm still pretty close to that 5th place prediction there, boys. Otto's right on his bumper there.
You said 4th.
You did say 4th.
I did, didn't I?
But that caution flies at 4th, Kevin, and and he comes back out in 4th place. You and I are never going to live this down, right?
No. Well, it's.
Or no, we'll never hear the end of it.
Yeah. Well, we definitely owe him a Coke or something, because that's a good prediction.
Why can't I do that in the lottery? That's the thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, Chris James getting there a little tight, had to back out of the throttle, so it moves him back to a solid P3. Gossett still in command. James not happy with that P3. He is back to work over the rear bumper of Takix. But don't look now, but when Takix and James get to racing, that just allows Tate to close the door distance a little closer. So it's turned into basically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 car breakaway for the lead. I got to go back another 4 seconds to get the next group of Williams, Reese, and Lawrence back out on that track. And don't look now, but Jonathan Leach is starting to join that party as well.
Well, and that's a heck of a lot farther away than traffic is to the leader, as Gossett comes up on. Who is that he's coming up on?
Coming up on the 99 or the 98 of Robert's. You know, we saw him take the worst part of a wreck. He had to do some repairing. He is gonna go a lap down. He was the last car in the lead lap, as now he is the first car 1 lap down as the 21 of Gossett gets around him. But that's a gaggle on the back of Robert's bumper. As
did not end well for Robert's.
How these guys did not wad that up any harder. I need to take a look at this. I'm backing it up. I'm looking at Robert's. He's got a gaggle of second, third, and fourth place right behind him. And it just looks like our flying Canadian and Robert's had a meeting of the minds there. A little bit of damage to the right front of the Canadian in the 46 of Christopher Takix. But everyone else being able to get by cleanly.
All right, sorry.
A little bit of damage on the front end of Tate. Got a little front end damage. He got into the back of Takix a bit. Takix looks... This is going to be interesting, guys.
It looked like he got that clear.
There was definitely some trading, some paint going on. I'll bet you're going to see wholesale pit stops happen here, as we are 4 laps from the front, or from the halfway point. So I'll bet you we'll take that green flag probably with exactly halfway to go. And Kevin, yeah, you and I better start saving that money for that Coke that we're going to owe, owe him here, because look who's coming into the pits in 4th place. See where he rolls out at. That's if he rolls out in 4th place, just folks, hold on to your ears.
All right, so sorry, I was kind of posting some stuff in the chat there. In the chat, I said, come on, guys, get the energy up, give us your halfway race picks, and we'll see what the chat feels of what's going on in the race. And, man, I might just have to go with Mr. Tate there. I've been pretty good with the way he's going tonight, huh?
Yeah, absolutely.
So I think since I got that one, I'll give first pick to you guys, and I think I should get to pick last.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now Tate's getting some work done on the car, so he ain't coming out in 4th.
Ah, okay.
But we saw him work his way up on that last green flag run, so you know he can do it again. Tate, he made a 26-second stop, so he took some optional repair. I did see him get into the back of one of those cars in that melee, so he had a bit of damage. And if you got damage on the right front, you're gonna want to get that repaired a bit, as it is going to affect the aero on the car. Aero is something really highly important here at Charlotte.
Yeah, most definitely. I know if I had any crinkles on my car, I wanted to get rid of them. Let's see. So everybody came in, right? I believe everybody.
Only ones that haven't been in are the cars that are 1 lap down. They're going to be in this next go-round.
So officially, that still leaves Mr. Tate with 1 more set than everyone else, correct?
Correct.
Oh, man. And we're only halfway, and we know business is going to pick up from here on out. Yeah, is there like a button? You guys race. Is there like a button that goes off in your head halfway? Bing! Time to go.
Yeah, it's called a scramble button in my eyes.
Right. Mine is go button. It's like, it's halfway now. Oh, now I got to show what I got.
Yeah, that's me wanting to hit the scramble button.
Yeah, I think business is going to pick up here. I love calling the races with these guys. They're good. The first half of the race, awesome. We saw some cars get contact, get loose, save it, not even wreck. Like the 88 with Otto. Remember, he got loose and he pulled away because it was the top five or the 5 cars that were racing together. He got loose and then he pulled away. So it's going to be really exciting to see how the second half of this race goes.
Yeah, speaking of guys that are wheeling the car out there, let's talk to the number 21 car, Tommy Gossett. Have we got a copy of you there, Mr. Chris Tommy Gossett?
Yes, you do. How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing great, man. You guys are putting on one hell of a show out there here in Charlotte. We saw it last week, a lot of aggression at the All-Star race. We see you behaving yourself a little bit more, but behaving went out the window, man. I've watched you guys at the front of the race pack here this last handful of laps just slugging it out. How's the car behaving on fresh tires versus that long green run?
It's behaving. I like it on old tires. That's why I chose not to take tires here. It's a 2-stop race either way you slice it, so I'm saving a set here for the end. Cars gets tighter the longer you run on it, so that falls kind of into my wheelhouse.
Yeah, I'm just now noticing my timing and scoring. Yes, you are the only one in this whole exchange that took 2 tires, or took no tires, actually. We saw Christopher Tate do it on that first stop. So now we have 2 cars that have an extra set of tires left. I see the lights are out on the pace car, man. I want to wish you good luck. I love the paint scheme on there with the Quick Chris, Motor Chris Ford out there. I want to tell you good luck, man, and hope to see you in Winner's Circle.
I hope to be talking to you once we finish this next hundo.
There you go. That's the driver of the number 21, Chris Tommy Gossett. He is going to lead the field to green, and you heard that, guys. No tire stop.
Here we go again.
Yeah, no kidding.
Oh man. Well,
now that we're at halfway, I just want to quickly throw up our sponsors for this race. We've got Butt Kicker, Feel What You've Been Missing, Simnut Racing Sims, and DeMarzo's Gears. And we'll tell you more about them later on, but always appreciative of our sponsors. And up in the top right corner, you'll be seeing our broadcast sponsor, Diecast Nuts. And here we go, back to green.
The green flag is out. Tommy Gossett got command of the field. Did not spin the tires on that restart, as he does take a jump out there. The 46 Atakis just pushing him out in front. Chris James on the high side second, Otto down low third, and Reese running, now 5th, as these guys are just piling it up, getting all they can on the fresh rubber. Everyone got fresh rubber except for that 21 of Gossett, and it's starting to show as the 2 of Chris James just sails around him on the outside. Ooh, a little bit of a tap out of Takis there on the back bumper of Gossett. How Gossett kept it straight, I got to know. If that would have been me getting tapped in the left rear, or the right rear like that, I'd have gone around several times and watered that whole field.
Oh yeah, as soon as I saw that, I was kind of worried about that because, like I said, I've been paying attention to Takis a lot on his restarts in the trucks and in the Cup Series. Very aggressive, and I was actually surprised at not the wadded up cars right there.
Oh man, that 21 is causing them guys to have to check up big time behind him. As you can see the difference on those tires. All right, we made that prediction with Tate. When he stayed out on those old tires. Well, now we got Gossett doing the same. Tate fell back to what, 13? What do you think Gossett's going to fall back to?
I was getting ready to ask you, how many green flag laps did they have before that caution came out on those? Anybody have any idea on that one?
Oh, they were running 30. They were plus 30.
Yeah, 12th. I'd say 12th probably.
Well, it might happen. He's the 21 of Gossett's fallen to 6th. Don't look now, but there's our boy Tate going around him on the outside. And Williams is going to get around him. Mesa's going to get around him. Boy, this is getting pretty interesting.
Regarding Tate, Ernest is technically winning twice because even though he didn't come out in 4th, he went in 4th. So I think that still counts. Because he just stayed in to get some damage repaired, but he went in 4th, and he only came out. He would have
been out in 4th. He would have been out in 4th or 5th or 3rd, right about there. But he's going to be back and forth here legit pretty quick because he just got around Reese, and now he's starting to track down Lawrence, and the 25 seems to be on a mission at the moment.
Yeah, 21's about stopped dropping at 10th.
Tommy Gossett holding 10th, but don't look now. Those are 2 lap down cars right behind him. And the lap down cars are racing him hard. That being the 40 of Thompson and the 98 of Rivera. I mean, those guys are 1 lap down, and they're running his rear bumper like, get out of my way, pal.
And to quote you, don't look now, but Tate just retook 4th as they crossed the line.
All right. So, you know what? We got to send a Pepsi. That's everyone. Just put a Pepsi in the mail. Send it to Ernest King, wherever the heck he lives. PO Box OU 812.
Right. Well, we can go 4th all day, but as a driver, you know what he's thinking. I got a little bit more work to do. I got 3 more spots to pick up. Oh,
he's thinking I got a lot of spots to pick up. Going back to the front of the field, Takis. He's worked his way up to 2nd, and he is all over the rear bumper of James. We got a pretty strong battle for the top spot, and these 2 have broken away from 3rd place Otto by 2nd.
Yeah, remember, that 2-car, Chris James, he was stalking the Tactics and 21 there for a few laps, kind of egging them 2 on, you know what I mean? He was up high, down low. What are you guys going to do?
Yeah, I mean, these guys are moving along pretty good. We are already way past, 8 laps past the halfway point. We're in the, past cross flags, home stretch, second half. This is where you as a driver want to turn it up a little bit more, and that 46 of Takis is turning it up pretty darn good. I mean, he is just not relenting whatsoever. He is really applying pressure to the back end of James.
And if I remember correctly, he's down to 2 tires like most of the field except for Mr. Tate and Mr. Gossett, correct? They still have 1 more extra set.
Well, with 100 laps to go, that extra set's going to come in handy. And, Gossett and Tate might look like the 2 super geniuses of the bunch. But every time I busted out my super genius card, it never really worked out because, I'm like Wile E. Coyote. Super genius.
Yeah, good analogy. Me neither. I can pick them good. I just can't drive them good.
Yeah, I'm not just any old genius. I'm a super genius.
Well, it looks like Takis is playing it smart. He's not really pushing the issue.
Yeah, but he's not letting the issue go by any means either. He's just flat letting you know, hey, I am here, and if you screw up, I'll be there.
Yeah, I think he's just laying a bit of pressure on him like the 2-car was doing to him earlier. Otto. Got to give some props to Otto back there in the 3rd. I think he's been in the top 5, 6 all day long. Even when he had a little bit of contact and almost spun out.
All right, now
guys are right back up to the front.
Exactly. Now let's take these top 3, They start racing hard. Who's going to be the big beneficiary of these 3 starting to race hard? That's the guy that's out there on an island all by himself tracking them down. That's the 25 of Tate.
That's absolutely correct. As Otto's, there he is.
A little bit of a connection issue there. Okay, here we go. Side-by-side racing. Takis to the point. Otto down low. Moving James, shuffling him back in between 2nd and 3rd. Moved James back to 3rd. So he lost a point, fell back to 3rd. But as these guys are side-by-siding it, look at who's sucked into a whole half second, close that gap from 1.5 seconds to a half second, and that's Tate.
Yeah, I don't know who Tactics is more worried about, the 88 of Otto or the 25 of Tate. They're all right there now, man.
Tate giving him a little bit of a shove. A 1.5 mile bump and run as look at Tate swing it wide on that outside. We're going to hustle it into turn 1, 3 wide. 3 wide for the lead here. Charlotte doesn't usually work out very well And these guys are holding it down, and we got a drag race on the backstretch for the first position, 3 wide. Working up on the lap traffic as well.
Oh, no!
Takis, trays the paint a little bit, puts Tate up into the wall. How in the heck Tate kept that straight? But Tate just go ahead bringing it down to the pit lane to repair that damage, get a fresh set of feel goods on it. You got to be hurting for Tate right now. That's a huge heartbreak. Takis and Tate, I bet you there might be a few words after the race.
Yeah, I would imagine so. I mean, you could go either way on that. One came down, one went up. But it's all racing. We knew as soon as the 3 wide happened, we knew something was going to happen.
You can't. And 3 wide with tires that old.
Everybody was pushing. Everybody was pushing the issue there. So I just chalked that up to racing incident. But you couldn't have choreographed it better because he bounced off the wall and right into pit lane. So
Well, you see the move that Otto just made to get to the point, and then he had to check up a little bit, and Takis almost ran him completely flat the heck over.
This whole thing is playing out like a choreographed, movie race. These guys are stunt drivers as much as they are race drivers.
We're beating the hell out of each other this bad in the All-Star race when points didn't matter. I guess you put points on the plate, these guys get a little more hungry.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I feel for Tate, though. I hope when he bounced off and went down on the pit road that he didn't get a speeding on pit road. I hope he got her rode down enough to go in there and just to repair some damage and come back out.
That's a good point.
Well, he is in the pit lane for a good little bit. I'm just kind of taking a look at it. He hasn't, I don't see any black flags cleared for anyone for anything. And he's still sitting there getting damage repaired. He has been in his pit box for a minute 16, minute 18, minute 20.
Yeah,
he is 3 laps down now, and that's got to be a heartbreak to take.
Yeah, he's fuming.
He probably parked the car, got up, and had to walk around a little bit before he tries to get back in that car. Otherwise, there might be a target on the back of that 46 when he comes back out. Because one thing we do remember, Chris's have memories.
All drivers have memories.
Yeah.
3-car breakaway for the first spot. Then you got to go back to Christopher Reese in the second and the 62 for 4th. 5th place being contested between the number 9 of Christopher Lawrence and 75 of Reese. Then we fall back to a 3-car battle, or 2-car battle with Mesa and Williams. Things are starting to get stretched out a little bit along the track here. But I got my eyes on the front here. We got a 3-way dance for the top spot. How far do you think this is going to go before you see a caution flag, guys?
Well, it looks like they're all kind of keeping it single file here. I know Takis looks like he's pressuring Otto a little bit, but he's not really shoving him down straight away. 2-car looks like he's a little bit loose coming off right now. So I think the Otto and Takis right now. Oh, now that I say that, here comes the 2.
Well, you'd hope that after what they went through just 2 laps ago, that they, keep this lead and just gather it up. But I think the racer, I think like you said, post half point, it's you leave nothing on the table.
Yeah.
No, I mean these guys. I mean we didn't have to worry about points. We didn't have to worry about where I'd be in the points race. When we were doing that All-Star race, I'm just racing for poops and giggles, as they say. But you put points on the table for these guys, and they got a pretty big appetite because they've been throwing haymakers. I'm watching Takis and Otto just slamming each other in those bumpers, going into turns, shutting the door. Otto holding that bottom line, holding a pretty wheel, letting Takis know if you want to get around me, you're going to have to do it the hard way. Takis trying to get around him, and he's trying to move forward at the same time. He's got to defend on Jones. We've seen these guys switch positions, do 2-position, 3-position swings in a heartbeat.
Yeah, with these guys mixing it up the way they are, with him all on his bumper, on Otto's bumper, Mr. Takis, you're looking back here at Mr. Reese in the 62 in 4th spot. He's running faster laps than these guys are, and he's slowly closing that gap. We're going to have a 4-car battle here shortly.
Yeah, but I don't know if we're going to get to a 4-car battle with the way that Takis is going rat-a-tat-tat on the back bumper of Otto.
This is great. This is good racing here. I just hope they keep. Oh.
There it is. There's the move. Duck down low. Takas got to run up. Otto's able to slam the door. But Jones has got to run now to the inside. Has to back out of it as Takas brings it down low. You know what? You got 27 laps on your tires. It's kind of hard to make a move. If this was 5 laps on their tires, we'd be seeing a lot stronger action being taken.
Yeah, I agree. That 2 car, that was a good move by him. He was like, all right, that's not a good spot for me to put my car in right now. I'll just back off and I'll try it again next lap.
Now it boils down to how many tires you got left, how many sets of tires you got left in the pits with 75 laps to go in this thing. You know, if you got 1 set left, you know you got to run at least another 30 laps before you put on another set of tires if you want to stay competitive. We're 28 laps into this run. We got to be coming up on fuel run, probably green flag stops in the next 10 to 15 laps. So here we go. Takas, he gets Otto up out of the groove, and Jones is running down low. And look who's just joined this battle.
Well, it's not really a battle for him. He's
no, he's a laps down.
Yeah, and so that's the difference between old and new tires right there, is he can suck in that air and still, if he needs...
now,
go ahead.
Yeah, what I was going to say, and it looks like Tate has, he's put it on the hauler, and I don't blame him. He had a heartbreak right there happen to him. But look at Christopher Ritchie. Look at that 35 car. He is 54 laps down from the lead, but he's back out there. He knows if he gets another, 40 laps in this race, he's going to take the next position, and points count, towards the end of a season.
Absolutely.
Yeah, let's just hope that he keeps it clean and doesn't affect anybody that's running on the lead lap, especially, the top 2 or top 3.
Well, he's in the middle of the top 3 right now.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
And
you couldn't affect it even more if you tried right now.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. He's already messing it up for one of them, so...
Looks like Otto fell off a little bit. Maybe he was driving his car a little harder than he wanted to stay out front there. Takas got the inside, and then a 2 car followed him down through there. So maybe Otto's just back there going, okay, I want to chill out for a minute, let my hands relax depending on how much feedback he's got in there. Maybe he'll make another run for it here shortly.
Well, plus, Christopher Ritchie's out there in a damaged car, and he's out there on tires that are he's only 9 laps into that tire run on the 35s. So that's why you see him hanging with the leaders and making moves with all that damage on the car. But once
you don't want to see.
No, you don't. Oh, you...
Come on.
Can we clean underwear to the 46 pit, please? Clean underwear to the 46 pit.
The Takas ain't gonna take that. Look at him. He's gonna be all right back up on him again. He's like, fresh tires. What?
Yeah, but Takas has got to also understand that James is all over his rear bumper, and Takas does not want to lose this lead. As we're closing on 34 laps running on this set of tires for these guys, the 35, as those tires start to level off for the 35 in the next, 5 to 10 laps, he's going to slow down significantly, and he's going to become a factor in this battle once all over again.
Yeah, he's going to be a little bit of an impedance for some of these guys.
It looks like the lap car, he's kind of made his way through the traffic. Once you get in front and you got the fresher tires, these guys are going to start letting off a little bit, and then they're going to start taking care of more of their stuff. And I think they might be getting ready, figuring out what they're going to do on these pit stops, because we ain't that far away from them.
No, we're not. As I'm just taking a look, Otto, he's giving up some space. He's falling back to 7/10 off of the lead battle, but the lead battle has not let up whatsoever. Jones is still slugging it out with Takas, and Takas, he's been really impressive this race.
Can't, be saying nothing about that 2 car either, because when Williams was up there and Takas was up there, he was right there with them, and he was saying, I'm here, guys. I'm not going anywhere. Look at him. Get ready to make a move down low.
Yep, and here's the move down low. Jones is down on the bottom. James on the bottom. Takas on the top side. Tockett's probably going to kick me and yell at me and rip my face off in a post-race interview for getting his name all wrong. But you know what? The Flying Canadian's getting the job done tonight, so my hat's off to him either way.
Yeah, he is. He's very aggressive. I've noticed we've been covering the race for a few weeks now, and I do the truck races also. When he's in there, remember earlier you wanted to talk about, okay, well, the aggressiveness and then the demeanor of the drivers. Very aggressive he is, always. He never lets off and just always wants to be up front. No matter whether it's a restart or he's starting in the back of the field, he's coming up.
Yeah, I was just taking a look through the driver channels. I don't see... Yeah, Tate not only put it on the hauler, he logged out of the chat as well. I thought he might be hanging around for a little post-race conversation with our leaders. Look like Jonathan Leach he's going another lap down there. No, Jonathan Leach just made his pit stop. We are coming up on green flag stops here, guys. I'm seeing some guys in the pits now, waiting on their leaders, Tockins and James. I'm looking to see when they come in. They're 39 laps into this run. They've got to be getting ready to. They got to be running low on go fast juice.
Oh yeah, so we should see that 48 come right around these guys. When he pitted, he was sitting back there in 11th spot. So we know he's going to move right by them. Now he's going to make up a ton of time while these guys are still out there running. So how long do the leaders stay out? And let's see how many more in the back. So right now we got Christopher Williams. He's coming into the pit road now.
Yeah, Williams bringing her down low off the track, making that entrance into pit road. The other Christopher Williams in pit road. So I got Williams and Williams in there. I kind of like that old TV show. Hi, my name's Larry. This is my brother Daryl. My other brother Daryl.
Yeah. Come on now, let's not show our age.
The leaders holding out there another lap. 41 laps going up on the counter for him on this set of tires on that tank of fuel.
Yeah, I think they're fast enough. I think these two might stay out as long as they can. You still got Otto back there chilling. He's staying out with them. And you got Reese back there in 4th and Lawrence in 5th. So they're all still out there making laps while you got these guys that just, although not a lot of people have come in and got fresher tires that were not as close to them. So we'll see how this, look at Takis is kind of laying back. Maybe he's going to let the 2-car go.
Yeah, I don't think so. 2-car just tapped Takis in the back bumper again. Here we go with another rat-a-tat-tat. It's Christmas time, so it's maybe rum-pum-pum-pum.
Got Christopher Landy come in. He's pitting now. He's on pit road.
Top 8 cars have yet to pit.
I like this. I love the strategy part of it. When do you pit? When do you not pit? How long do you want to stay out? You know they're going to take 4 tires. That's a given. They got to.
Yeah, but you also got to wonder, too, caution comes out now in the middle of a green flag pit cycle, which we almost just saw just now.
Wow.
With the 40 coming up on the back of Chris James. Almost bringing that caution out, but if the caution came out now, take all the strategy you've been working on all race long and just wad it up and chuck it out the dang window. As the 40 is having a little bit of a time trying to hold the track as he's working in between our leader, Tockins and James.
Yeah, he almost got into Takis too. Now look, the 2 cars getting ready to go by. Yeah, you want to do that to me? I'll pass you with old tires. This is good stuff. Good competition. I love calling these races. This is awesome.
It don't get any better than this. When you got guys with talent like we've seen on this track between last week and an All-Star and this week here. Like I said, man, I can't give enough props to these drivers. This very few cautions. We're coming up on 3/4 of the way into this race. We're coming up on 50 to go, guys. And if there's ever a time to hit the scramble button, it's then.
And if I think so, everybody has 2 sets left, so they could do this green flag and then one more just in case anything pops off. So really, if you think about it, the guys that stayed out to save tires, I really don't think that it's going to play an advantage to them. Well, we know it's not going to play advantage to Tate, unfortunately.
Well, you saw, just 15 to 20 laps on your tires. You saw the versus fresh tires on a restart. You saw how big a difference it was. You're going to want those fresh guns at the end.
Yeah, no doubt.
If there's a late range caution, these guys are going to want those. Depends on how long those guys have been out in front of them. Top 8, there's 7 cars on the lead lap. 1 car, 1 lap down, so that makes 8 cars. The top 8 cars in position have yet to pit.
You got
Scratch that, Mesa's coming in.
Yep, Mesa's coming in. Top 2 stay out. Actually, top 6 is staying out.
And the 40 of Chris Thompson is just having all sorts of trouble keeping his car under control out there. Caused some problems for our leaders, and looks like he's trying to jump back up in there again.
We got Otto, Reese, and Lawrence coming in pit road right now. That's 4th, 5th, 6th. So the top 3 stay out on the racetrack. That's Tackix, James, and Reese.
I'll tell you what, if I'm Chris James in the number 2 car, I am about spitting fire at the number 40, 3 laps down, racing me that hard. Come up and tap my bumper several times.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't be too happy after the race. I'd probably be expressing my displeasures.
And here he comes again.
I got y'all's number.
Okay, the leader, Tackix, he's bringing her in pit side now. Chris James in the number 2 keeps her. He's going to get scored for leading the lap. But he's got to deal with the 40 of Chris Thompson all over his rear bumper. And Chris Thompson has several times tried to go around him, race him hard.
Yeah, if I was him, I'd just let him go. I would just let him go, say I'm going to come in the next lap or 2.
All right, I got 1 car actually making it. Chris James, 50 laps on those tires. He's got to be wanting to bring it in. He's going to go for 51 now.
Yeah, he's probably going to be coming in next time by.
You know what? I'll bet you he's going to stretch it out till he get to lap 150. And he knows he can go 50 laps on a tank of Go Fast. He's probably going to stretch it out to lap 150 and then bring her in for tires, make it his money stop.
Right, yeah. And then if the caution does come out, he still has that 1 set.
He was the only car in the lead lap right now. Next car in position is Tommy Gossett in the 21. Okay, here comes the 2 of Chris James. We're going to cycle this thing out. Oh, my God. This is going to be interesting once Chris James gets off of pit road to see where everyone cycles out to as far as green flags go. As far as position, where are you in the running order? We might need a caution just to tighten this up.
And then we got Mr. Gossett. He will take over the lead. His last pit stop was on 131.
Gossett, he undercut the field. He's out there in 16-lap old tires right now, but he's got Chris Otto in the 88 right on his tail, closing the gap real quick. Chris Otto only has 4 laps on those tires. He's going to get the job done. Looks like heading into turn 1. No. Gossett comes down, closes the door on him, and Chris James, Tackix inherits 3rd place, and Tackix is going to be
Taxis came out in 3rd.
Yep, he cycled around in 3rd. Looks like he is going to be. I'm just waiting for my timing and scoring to catch up, so I can see exactly what the intervals are. Okay, Otto's got the lead. We're a half second back to Gossett in the 21 car. Tackix is in 3rd, 1.9 seconds back. And then you got Reese in the 62 rolling forward, 3 seconds behind Tackix.
Yeah, you got
3.1 off the lead, I should say.
Yeah, Otto ran a 30.60. Then you got Gossett a 31.19. And then you got Tackix and Christopher Reese running 29.49s.
Well, move Tackix up to 2nd.
Yeah.
Gossett's falling off. Those tires, 20 laps on those tires. And he's going to have to make another stop because he can't go 40 or 50 laps on a tank and go fast on it. Actually, I think everyone's got to make one more stop.
I believe one more stop is where it's going to be. And
who's got tires?
Everybody should have one more set after this, right? Except for Gossett. He stayed out and only took fuel.
Yeah, Gossett's got 2 sets left in there.
Yeah.
He might be in the catbird seat if we get a late race caution.
I was getting ready to say it's going to take that late race yellow because everybody else. Man, this is going to be good.
Yeah, Gossett getting overhauled by James. He's about to get overhauled by Williams. Look at our boy old Leach back there in the 7th position. He's holding serve, holding strong. He's only 7 seconds off the lead. Strategy kind of paying off a little bit for the 48 machine.
He's been battling all night long. I brought him up early in the race when he was running back here in 15th and 16th. And look at him now. He's going to be up here battling for a top 10. Good job.
Yeah, I just looked at a replay of 46 Tactics, got into the back of Otto in the 88. Got Otto all kinds of sideways coming off of turn 2 and took over the lead. Moved Tactics back to the point, Otto to second.
Yeah, that 46 car Tactics, he's been one of the 3 fastest cars of the night. Remember we had Tactics, the 46, we had the 21, and unfortunately the 25. He put it on a hauler, but I think those were the 3 fastest cars on the track. Otto, he's pretty fast, but I don't think he was stronger in the early part of the run. He really couldn't hold on later on in the run. So we'll see what happens when it gets later in the run. And remember, Tactics was good towards not the early part, but the middle, and then kind of fell off to the 21 car earlier when that long run fell around. So this is going to be good. I can't wait, especially if a caution comes out.
Oh, a caution comes out, you can throw all these different strategies right out the flipping window. And I think Gossett would be the one in the catbird seat because he's got an extra set of tires over everyone.
I don't even want to talk about that right now because that's going to be good.
Well, the way these guys are getting aggressive here in the closing stages, late race caution just might be a strong possibility. But you got to get some drivers to catch up a bit. Dawkins has got a 1.3-second lead over second place Otto. But don't look now, 3/10 behind Otto. Here comes the 62 of Christopher Reese. And then James is right on the tail of Reese.
Yeah, Gossett ain't too far back in that 21. He's just back there kind of lurking. He knows I got 4 set. I got another set in the bank.
Yeah, but you're lurking 6 seconds off or 7 seconds off the leader and falling back. He's running a full second a lap slower than everyone else than the first, the top 4 cars on that track.
Yeah.
Riding around's one thing, but with less than 50 to go, we're coming up on 40 to go. Now's the time to quit riding around. Time to go, to the whip and get everything you can out of what you got left.
Yeah, that's a considerable amount of time losing on the track with them older tires. I just noticed that too on my timing and scoring. You got all the way down to 4th place. They're all in the 30s, and then after that, they're in the 31s. So you're losing that much time. That's going to be kind of tough if you don't catch a caution.
Yeah, he's going to need a caution. But I am taking a look at 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, man. They're okay. Remember when we had that 3-car breakaway for the lead, and they were racing real hard, and we had a 3-wide caution and all that, yada yada, going on. Take a look. Here we go. There goes 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. Fighting for 2nd place as Reese makes his move to the outside, to the inside, shuffles Otto to the outside. Here comes James on the inside of Otto, looking to possibly get a twofer to the inside of Reese, but it is not going to happen. And don't look now, but that number 40 is going to become an issue in this battle for these guys.
Yeah, he was a tough lapper to get around from them guys, but it looks like so far they all made it. Oh! Oh! Man, that was close.
Otto catching a bit of the front of the number 40. The 40 of Chris Thompson is not going to be a lot of people's favorite by the end of this race. There's a way to get your number called in the race. And Chris Thompson, I know you're going to be mad at me for calling your number for that, but that's not the way you want to be called, my friend.
Yeah, I hope that didn't hurt him, and I hope Otto can gather it back up and get back in the groove, as they say.
Well, Otto, as long as Chris Reese and Chris James start battling with each other, Otto will be able to catch up. But as long as they stay nose to tail, it's going to be a hard road to hoe for Otto to catch up to those two. As Takis has just set sail, he's got a second lead on second place, Reese.
Well, the only thing he has to worry about is he don't want to drive his stuff too hard, because Reese did run a faster lap than him. Takis ran at 82, he ran at 56, so now it's an 84 and a 70. So he's running faster laps than Takis, so he needs to be careful.
Yeah, and also I'm starting to think, okay, everyone, I got one set of tires left. How far, and I know I got to make one more stop in this race. How far do I want to go? Do I want to, I stopped around lap 150 to 155. Do I want to get to around 175 before I make a money stop? But if I'm Gossett, I know I got two sets of tires left. I could stop now and run like hell and hope for a caution and have another fresh set over everyone, or that could catch me out. I mean, it makes my brain sweat and hurt.
I wouldn't be I wouldn't be a crew chief right now, that's for sure.
Yeah, that's why they get paid the big bucks.
You're right. We're up here just calling and having a great time. This is awesome. What a good race tonight. I mean, last week, the All-Star race, that was awesome. No points, no nothing. This is points racing right here. This is where you got to make it happen for the season, for the championship. And these guys are putting on a damn good show. Well,
I thought I was going to see a calmer race here in Charlotte, because it was a points race, no fast repairs, long race. Boy, was I wrong.
It's an excellent race. This is great stuff.
Hey, Kevin, I hate to say it, but I think second and third place are catching the Flying Canadian there. Your boy looks to be, his Canadian goose might be getting cooked here in a minute.
I agree, and I'm not partial. I'm enjoying this race just as much as anybody. So, but yeah, I think he's burned all the good off, and those guys are coming on strong.
Well, you know what? You may not be partial. My mom's Canuck. I am partial. I'm rooting for Takis in this race, and I've seen him drive this thing. That's why I've been calling that 46 number. He's really impressed me with the run that he's put on. He has got all sorts of pressure all over the back door from Reese right now. And don't look now, but James is getting into that. And as long as these guys start racing real hard, Otto's going to join that party. But Gossett, he's fallen 11 seconds back from Otto. Gossett's going to need a miracle or something to happen. Gossett needs a caution, period. That's the only way he's going to catch back into this thing.
Yeah, the way this field is spread out and the way they're racing, I mean, you never know what's going to happen. Anything can happen, but if it goes green, look at that. Right now, we have C.J. Jones. He's going into pit road right now, so he's going in and get his last set of tires. Maybe he thinks he can make it the rest of the way, and he's going to make up as many positions as he can.
Well, he's going to come out with about 33 laps left to go to the end of this thing. We're going to decide this here quick, fast, and in a hurry. We're running out of time here at Charlotte. 200 laps has gone by awful quick, guys.
Absolutely.
I'll tell you what, I'm a big fan of tactics too. Since I've been calling these races, I love calling them with you guys in the Truck Series and in the Cup Series. Takis, he's not going to give it up very easy. He's going to make him work for it. Probably going to say, if you want this lead, you're going to have to do it on the outside. Unless, the 62, Reese gives him the chrome horn, as we call it, and moves him up out of the way a little bit. This is going to be good. And the 2 car, don't forget about him. He's been up there all day, just, biding time with a clean car. It's going to be good.
Chrome horn, nothing. He just made a clean pass, got down to the bottom of the track, down by the apron a lot quicker than Takis did, and just took that position away. Got under him, but Takis is right there right behind him. Takis having a tough time getting down to the bottom of the track, but now the 62 of Reese washes up a little bit. The 62 of Reese is trying to make a 6-foot car look about 15 feet wide to the 46, and getting the job done a bit. As we got Reese to the point, but you got to wonder, as a driver, as a crew chief, okay, you got clean laps going on here, guys. We're coming up on 23, 24 laps on these tires. We got 30 laps left to go in the race. When do I bolt that last set on and make my run for the gold?
Well, the thing is, with fuel, do they have to make a stop or can they stretch it?
Well, they got 24 laps on this run and they got 30 to go, and the longest we've seen anyone go was 51 laps.
So it's definitely going to be another one to go.
So they're going to need to either have a caution and no stop. Caution. They're going to need a caution to have enough fuel in that tank, I would think. So I'm pretty sure we're going to see another round of green flag stops if we don't see that caution come out. It's just a matter of who's going to flinch first.
And it's happening now. We got
Christopher Williams is in.
And Lawrence is coming in with them. Yes, sir. But these guys up front, I believe they're going to repeat what they did last time and stay out as long as they can. That way their tires are fresher towards that last sprint to the finish. That way they can make their way back up. I think that's what they're going to do here.
Yeah, but it's also going to boil down to how aggressive other guys on the track are going to start getting to try to get that position they need to get all the points that they can, because obviously points mean a lot more than glory in this league. The way we've seen them run them. So that caution could still come out, but then again, it might not come out. So, yeah, my brain's starting to sweat.
So you guys got any race winning picks yet? So we go there now since we're getting down to the nitty gritty.
You know what? I've been calling the number 46 all night long, talking. So I'm going to say that's my man right there. He has done nothing but impress me with the run that he's done. He's had the only bad luck he's had has been somebody else's bad luck. I'm going to call my guy the 46, Takis.
I'd have to agree with that. Yep. What about you, Ernest?
You know what? I'm gonna go with the 2-car. He's impressed me tonight with his patience. Kept his car clean. He, using the throttle a lot, waiting for guys. Remember earlier in the race, he had the guys in front of him side by side, and he was like moseying along there. So I'm gonna go with the 2-car.
If that 2-car wins, Kevin, I'm going to make him wear a turban and be the great, Spingali, prediction master. We're going to start calling him Ernest the Greek.
Well, we'll figure out a way for him to be our resident psychic without the cultural appropriation, but otherwise I'm on board.
Either that, and Ernest, expect a phone call from me the day before game day at football. Tell me what the spread's going to be, and then,
Yeah, exactly. I don't know if you have, what do they call it, Pro Line down there, but I'll call you for my Pro Line picks.
Right on. But looking at it right now, Christopher Reese ran the fastest lap with a 22. Takis ran a 36, and then Mr. James ran a 41 last lap. So, they're not too far off. And then Otto, he is hanging tough, and none of these guys have pitted yet. And then we got Joey Reese sitting back there in 5th. He's 13 seconds back, but, get a yellow, anything can happen. Look, we're focused on the 48 there. Look at these guys all bunched up.
Oh boy, leaders caught some traffic. Gonna make it interesting because you know what? Reese is out in front. Takis is right behind him. Jonathan Leach is in the middle of all of this. James is there. Don't look now, but the 98 Revenge. He's kind of insinuated himself into this mix. A lot of cars have taken tires already and called it their stop. Got to be wondering when these leaders are going to come. Top 6 have yet to come in.
Yeah, I was just getting ready to say the 48 definitely has newer tires. Good job by the Takis and Leach by making that a clean pass, and he has just checked out, which is good. It's not a bad thing, and we still need the leaders to go around here.
Oh boy, here comes the 40 again onto the back of James. James is like, what do I got to do to get around this or get away from this guy? The 40, he's rolling on fresh rubber, so he's going to be up there just throwing haymakers at these guys. These guys, you know what? I'd probably be in their best interest. Go ahead and pick.
Yeah, that 40 car has been a worry on everybody's mind tonight. That's not a good thing. You're in a race and everybody's like, oh no, here comes that Chris Light car.
Well, Reese and Otto just went ahead and let him by, and I think Takis, he's assumed the lead through all this exchange. I'm assuming he's probably just going to be smart and let him go by as well, which it looks like he does.
That's a smart racer there. Just let him go. Know he's on fresh rubber. Just let him go, and then continue his run.
Otto bringing her down pit side with 20 to go. So you got to be looking. The top 4 are still out there on run. There's only 20 left to go in the race. It is time to go ahead and bring that thing in. Get that fresh rubber on there. You got guys making the undercut on you. They're going to be running a second a lap faster than you are right now, man. Get it in there and get it serviced.
Yeah, I believe the latest I would stop would be 15. I mean, 20's good. You can abuse your tires, and it really won't hurt you that much. You can make up some good time. 15 is probably the latest I would stop as a driver. But you got Tactics up there first. He got that lead when that lap cars were trying to work their way through with fresher tires. You got the 2-car, Chris James, just chilling, lurking. That's my pick for the race tonight. Usually I would go with Tactics, but since some of the other guys in the booth picked him, I'd let that one go.
You hear that, Kevin? He's trying to blame us for him not getting a winning pick.
I'm gonna have to whatever moves him. I'm starting to side with it because he's bringing on the ball tonight, and that ball being Crystal, by the way.
Well, if you look at it there, Chris James is running faster laps. Takis ran a 41. James ran a 32. So that's my word for the night with the 2-car, lurking.
Yeah, well, lurking is working as we're coming up on 17 to go here, guys. 17 laps. These guys have been out there for 36 laps on Takis, 34 for James, 36 for Reese, and those are your top 3. Gossett, he made his stop 14 seconds ago, but he's a lap down. The top 4 are the only cars on the lead lap, and your top 3 are separated by only 0.4 of a second. You got to go 17 seconds back to find Reese.
I got a question for you guys. If they wait, the longer they wait, do they take fuel only?
No, I don't think so, because That's
a good question, though, right? That's a good question. The longer you wait, do you just do a splash and go?
You know a splash and go and keep you a lap ahead of everyone, but you got to put enough fuel in it to get to the end. So you would think you'd want to take 2 right sides at least.
At least 2, yeah.
But with that many laps on your left side, how loose is that car going to feel?
Yeah, because you're definitely not going to have the grip you would with the 4 freshies on it.
That's
right.
And you have been running this balance that you're feeling right now all night long.
And Christopher Reese is in.
All right, Christopher Reese is the top 3, first one of the top 3 to flinch and bring her in.
Yeah, he was the car that was leading when them lap cars got in the way there. Well, kind of made their way through, I would say.
All right, it's all about hitting your marks. Don't slide through your pit. Don't speed on pit lane. Get in, get out, and get back out on the track. Okay, right side tires going on Christopher Reese's car. And right side tires only is the call for the number 62 of Chris Reese.
Yeah, I think that's what we're going to see. Just enough fuel and right sides.
Just enough fuel, right side tires, 13 laps to go. Is that undercut going to be enough to bring him to the point once they cycle back through? Chris Otto has cycled back out ahead of him in the 88 by 5 seconds on that exchange, but he's got 20 laps on those tires. Otto's good to go to the end. Or no, Otto's Gossett got by him. Otto.
No, you're right. It's Otto then Gossett.
Yeah, Otto and then Gossett. So the top 3 still are going to have to bring her pit side. Absolutely. The only one I see that has a possibility of making it is Chris James in the 2.
And Chris Joey Reese is now bringing it in.
And that was your 3rd place car. And there's that 2-car. He just passed Takis on the racetrack.
Takis getting it all sideways, locking him up, bringing it in. I hope he didn't catch a speeding penalty on pit entry.
Let's see what he does.
Watching the pit stop of the 46 Takis as he brings it into the stall. Brings it in nice and smooth. Right side tires going on. That's it. Right side tires for the 46. Back out. 10.1 second pit stop.
And
I don't know, boys.
Chris James is staying out.
I think that 2 car is going to try fuel only.
That 2 car only needs to make a splash and go. But he's got a 29-second lead over second place, Chris Otto. Can he get into the pits, take, say, maybe 3 to 4 seconds of fuel and get out and still hold a 29-second lead? I don't think he can.
Yeah, he can't waste any more time on the racetrack. He's got to get out. You got Otto there, then you got Gossett in the 21. He's a little bit further back. But
or here's another one. Does he Carl Edwards the field? We got 9 laps to go in this thing. He's 42 laps into his tank. Does he back off of the go fast or the loud pedal enough like Carl Edwards did at Charlotte one time? Remember that one, boys?
I think he might be trying that. I think he might be trying.
He's got a 27-second lead over second place. 9 laps to go. He could give up 3 seconds a lap and still be right there.
And he's only 1.3 seconds slower than second place.
Yeah, and he has the ability to give up 3 seconds a lap.
So I wonder if he's got a box in there where he can shut his engine off anytime he wants to and then crank that thing back up again. And
he's just going to let everyone go by him.
Yeah, you got Takis coming. I'd let him go too. Goodbye. Yeah, you got a long way to go to catch me again, bud. He's got a whole racetrack to go down, and he was running second.
All right, now Chris James is going to look like a genius if this thing plays out in his favor and stays green the rest of the way. If that caution flag comes out, Chris James is going to be saying some language we don't care to repeat on a national broadcast.
Oh, it can help him too.
That's right. He could dip down at that point.
There's going to be a hella cars a lap down.
Well, no, we have 2 cars back on, 3 cars now on the lead lap with him.
All right. Well, they don't have any more tires.
Caution comes out. They've got way fresher tires than he does. He's going to have to pit.
Well, yeah, he's going to have to pit, but then they're a lap down, and then he has the advantage because he's got fresh tires and can go right. So he's really in the catbird seat if you think about it. Caution comes out. I got fresh tires. You guys don't. You got to stay out.
Caution comes out. I'm just pushing in the clutch, turning off the ignition, and holding my track position.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to stop. I think he laid his bed. How many laps we got left here?
Well, we got 6 laps to go here, gentlemen.
Yeah,
6 laps to decided. He's got a 22-second lead. We started, 9 laps to go. He had a 27-second lead. So he's given up 4 seconds in the past 4 laps. He's not giving it up. He's doing 31-second laps. Guys are... Yeah, you know what? He might want to slow it down a little bit if he wants to stretch it. He's coming up on 48 laps on that tank of fuel.
Yeah, he's going to need to let it off a little bit more. Otto's running 30.93s.
There might be a few beads of sweat on the forehead of the driver of the number 2 car. Have I got enough gas?
What an awesome race. We got Takis back up in 3rd after his pit stop. Christopher Reese back up in 4th. Gossett, he's battled his way back up to 5th. That's a nice top 5 run for him. He battled all race long. Christopher Williams. And look, Jonathan Leach. He's been up and down all night tonight. That guy has really just put in a battle. Congratulations to him, man. That's a good night for him.
Yeah, he's doing it. Taking a look back at the front of the field, 21.4 seconds. He's doing 32-second laps. He's backed off of the pace of quite a bit, but he's only got, we're working lap 198. He's got to go work lap 199, and he's got to work lap 200. So that's the only amount of time he's got to go. He can slow that thing down to half speed right about now, and I think still come across the line. Yellow flag would kill him. But Chris James looking like a genius on pit strategy. working it out, so he is just getting every ounce. I'll be surprised if he wins this race, has enough fuel to do a burnout. What do you guys think?
I think he'll probably be drifting across the start-finish line, but you know what? A win is a win.
Yeah, bringing it around. He's going to see the white flag next time around, working down the back straight, hauling it off to the turn 3-4 complex. Here's Charlotte Motor Speedway. Just letting that car drift and roll. He sees the white flag in the air. Leader takes a white flag. Next flag is going to end this race, ladies and gentlemen. White flag is out. We are almost done here, Charlotte. Chris James holding down that top spot. Tactics in second. And you know what? Kevin, I'm not going to live this down. I mean, we're never going to hear the end of it with Ernest.
Nope.
He's out of fuel.
And I think Chris James has run out of fuel.
Yeah, we're inside the car. You can hear it.
Chris James has run out of fuel. Will he get to the start-finish line in time? 17-second deficit. Yeah, I think he's got it.
He's going to make it out of fuel. He can't even do a burnout.
What an amazing job.
Oh, my God. He ran that thing out of fuel in turn 3 and coasted to the win.
Turn 3. Amazing. Hey, look at that.
Someone's going to have to push him around to get his picture at the start-finish line.
I got a lot of good picks tonight, man. I need to play the lottery tomorrow, that's for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And I think you owe us if you hit.
What a race. Amazing. What a race.
He's wiggling the car. That's all we're gonna get.
So it looks like we have Mr. Takis he's up 11 tonight. I believe that's going to be our big mover of the night is Christopher Takis. Then you got Chris.
And the 35 for Richie's going to give him a push around to the start-finish line.
Yeah. After that, Christopher Reese, he showed up 4th. He's +6. That's a good job for him. Gossett, good run for him tonight. He come back, finished 5th. Christopher Williams finished 6th. Jonathan Leach, good battle for him tonight, man. I'm impressed with that. He just battled all night. Like, you know, his elbows are tough, boy. He's like, yeah, I did a good race tonight. Christopher B. Williams in the 1 car, he battled. He was up there earlier in the race, finished 8th. Then Christopher Joey Reese, 9th. And Meza, look at Meza. He was involved in a couple of them early cautions earlier, but he's top 10. Good job.
All righty. I see I'm going to have to jump some channels here. Someone want to go up and grab our 3rd place finisher, Mr. Chris Otto, and bring him in here to the booth. We need to talk to him.
Let's see. I don't know if I had no.
I got it. I'm moving him around. Got Mr. There he is. Our 3rd place finisher, the driver of the 88 machine, Chris R. Otto. Dude, you were throwing some haymakers out there all race long. I thought I was going to see, not a less exciting race than the All-Star, but, because the All-Star, you get nothing to lose. You can be as aggressive as you want, but boy, did I miscalculate. You give these Chris guys points on the table, you guys get hungry. Tell me about your race, and congratulations on 3rd place.
Yeah, thanks. It was a hard-fought race, all race. I didn't think I had the speed to be top 3. I thought I was low-end, top 5. Tire strategy, I think, kind of didn't go Gossett's way. Tate, I think he tried it as well, and then some net code ended up and messed his race up. But overall, I'm pretty happy with my performance. I didn't do anything too drastic and brought it home 3rd. Had some netcode incidents that I think hindered the speed of the car towards the end of the race, but overall I'm satisfied with the 3rd. I needed this run, especially with points. Had some bad luck here recently, and this is a good run, confidence boost. It's good to be back in the booth with you guys talking about a podium finish in a points race.
So when you were back there battling 5th, 6th, and 7th, somebody got into the back of you, got you a little bit loose there. I don't remember who it was because we were kind of bouncing around there, and then you kind of took off there, and you were like, "All right, well, I'm doing good now." When you saw them guys getting further away in your mirror, you were feeling pretty good about yourself, I would imagine.
Yeah, I don't know if that was necessarily netcode, but in that incident, I think with how early in the race it was, I was getting raced a little too hard. I was leaving room, and I felt like he was just driving it in there too deep, and then he got my left rear. Yeah, like I said, I don't know if it was netcode or not, but I almost anticipated it, saved it, and then he got around me, and then I got back around him in the next set of corners, and then, yeah, like you said, to my surprise, I just drove away from him. I guess I just saved my tires up until that point a little bit better, and that slide didn't really hurt him too much.
That was
Yeah,
cool.
we saw some of the lap cars become an issue towards the late stages of that race. I seen some guys, they were on fresh tires. You guys were like several laps ahead of them, but they were racing you like they were racing you for position. Was there any bit of hard feelings going on with all of that on the track?
Yeah, it was frustrating. When I was the leader there, after I had made my pit stop and the cycle came around to me leading, I think it was the 35 running with him, and he was just battling so hard, and I came over the radio and I was like, "Can you just give me the spot? You're a lap down." I mean, it's just, I don't like to do that, but at the same time, it's like he's several laps down. I'm racing for a potential race win, so if it was situation, if reversed, I'd have done this. I would have just yielded the spot,
Well, you know what? We saw some great racing going on, you guys, and some great saves on the track. If it would have been me and there's a bunch of other guys that I run with, we'd have had a bunch more cautions, but I seen you guys getting cars jacked 45 degrees on the track, bringing it back square, and just amazing. So congratulations on that. Before we let you go, anyone you want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, I want to thank Chris Jones for this league, putting it together, doing a great job running it. Kyle Sykes Designs, one of our sponsors. DiMarzio's Gears, another one of our sponsors. Simnut and Butt Kicker, both our sponsors. Thank you for them for sponsoring us. They're just a bunch of support from them, so glad to have them on board with this league.
Oh, great. Well, there you hear it, folks. That is the driver of the number 88 entry, Chris R. Otto. Everyone's named Chris around here, man. I love the paint jobs. I love the naming schemes. Congratulations on third place. Looking forward to next week.
Thank you. You guys have a good week.
Good job, buddy. Good finish.
That was your third place driver, Otto. You know what? The Flying Canadian, we need to bring him up in here. Second place run, Ernest, I believe you have our Canadian driver, because he's going to yell and scream at me and kick me in a ding-ding for messing up his last name. How do you pronounce that last name, my friend?
Takis.
Takis. You know what? I am never going to forget that, because Takis is one hell of a racer, I got to tell you. Ernest, I believe you have our second place finisher.
What a race tonight.
Yeah, that was a fun one.
I'll tell you what, you guys were up in the lead there, mixed beating and banging there, a little bit of side drafting going on. I saw that your car was really strong in the middle of the race there on the restart. And then as the run went on, the 21 car, Gossett kind of caught you there. Did it catch you off guard, or did you overdrive it, go to get that and know that you can pit and then get it back? Or what were your thoughts when you saw the 21 coming?
That little stint there, I mean, I knew I had the chance to get out in front because Tate was on old tires, so he was kind of holding them up. So I just used that as the advantage. Like, if I can get far enough in front where he doesn't have my draft, he's basically running the same pace as me then. So I tried to get out as front as much as I could, which obviously used up my tires more for those first 10 laps. And I just felt that the way the runs were going, being like 40, 50 lap runs, that I could hold them off long enough to the next pit cycle. So it was in my benefit to do that then.
Got one more for you. Restarts. I know you do really good on the restarts. I watch you here. I watch you in the trucks. Was it any different? Because you really didn't have that jump you usually get. Maybe it was timing or something, but is it different in the Cup cars than it is in the trucks?
No, all these Cup cars drivers are definitely they're more experienced to the restarts, I feel, because I'm not doing anything different in the Cup cars than I am the trucks, and I'm not getting those obvious jumps. So I feel they're prepared and ready they're experienced to what's happening. And then this track also, though, it's hard to send it 3 wide off the start. I mean, if you do, it's probably not going to end good going into 1.
Right on. One more. I love your aggressiveness. I watch you in the trucks. I do all that. So hope to see you in the truck race tomorrow night. So great finish tonight, buddy.
Sounds good. Thank you.
All right. That was the anyone you want to give a shout out to before we let you go, man?
Yeah, I want to give a shout out to Simnut Racing, or Designs. They make sim rigs and they're sponsoring the league, so appreciate the help from them. There's a towing company that I like to thank. Tackus Motorsports, of course. Top End Graphics, National Chris. Everyone that puts all the work into this league, thank you. You guys for broadcasting it. And anyone else I forgot.
Well, I got to tell you, man, not only have I seen some talent behind the wheel in this league, but I've also seen the character of the drivers in this league. Guys with no fast repairs, guys who are running, 24, 17, 9 laps down respectively, still keeping it out there on the track to get as many points as you can. I thought the All-Star was going to be one heck of a humdinger because everyone's just going to throw caution to the wind and go for it because there's no points on the line. But I'll tell you what, you take a gaggle of Chris's like you guys, put points on the table. You guys are hungry. You raced your hearts out tonight. Congratulations on second place.
Thank you.
You bet. That's your second place finisher. Pilot of the 46 car, Christopher, and you heard it, Tackus. I'm going to remember that.
There you go.
I got it.
All right.
That leaves us to talk to the race winner, the guy who finished first, the guy who, Ernest, you picked to win this race, the guy who looks like not just any old genius, he's a super genius when it comes to figuring out mileage, the pilot of the number 2 car, Mr. Chris James. Congratulations.
Oh, wow. Thanks, man. I don't think I can outdo your intro there. That's funny. That was crazy.
Tell me about that last green flag run, man. We were like, okay, he's going to be bringing it in. We were debating, are we going to see a 2-tire stop like everyone else? We're going to see a splash and go only? And then I'm like, no, I got a feeling he's going to hold this thing out to the end. Man, how much sweat was coming down your forehead on that final lap?
Oh, man, you don't even know. I thought I was good all the way. And then 2 laps to go, I'm looking, calculating, and I'm like, oh, shit, I'm in trouble. I worked out to be like a half a lap short, which turned out to be enough to coast to victory. But
I mean, you had when you came off of that last pit, or when the last pit cycles were done, it was 9 laps to go. You had a 27-second lead, and we were talking on the broadcast. I'm sitting here doing the math on my fingers and toes, going, "This guy can give up 3 seconds a lap. He's going to Carl Edwards the field." No, they're not going to do that. Yeah, he is, and sure as heck he did, man. One heck of a race. You guys were slugging it out for the lead between yourself. Otto, Tackus, Reese, you guys, back and forth, but we also noticed there was a lot of lap traffic became an issue late in the race, and I noticed that you and the number 40 probably, were there any words exchanged?
In my team chat. I think I said something over the radio about it. It was a little frustrating. I just backed off. I was saving, so I wasn't trying to push the issue. And I eventually caught back up with Tackus, and I don't know what happened to him. But yeah, it was a slight point of contention with that car there, but we got through it okay.
Yeah, well, we caught that. You know what? And I'm not taking anything away from the talent of the driver, the number 40 entry, Chris Thompson. But he put he was 3-4 laps down at one point, battled his way back to, he did finish the race just 3 laps off the pace, but he was further off of that. But hey, man, congratulations on the win. What's your feelings? Going into next week, well, what are you looking at?
Oh, this is definitely a boost. We seem to have nothing's gone right since Kansas, but this definitely helps us going ahead.
I got one for him.
There you go.
All right, so you were my pick. Hell yeah, good job, good win.
Thank you. No curse.
We had we had the in car when you were coming out of 3, and it was like, I said, oh, he's out of fuel. So my question to you is, when you earlier in the race, 3/4 away, maybe a little bit after half, you, the 46, 21, were all racing for position there, and you were kind of just, I said lurking. I mean, were you just working throttle there and you knew that you were figuring out things for later in the race to find out how much fuel you could save? Was that a part of it, or were you just saying, I'm going to let these guys do what they do and I'm going to go where I go?
I was saving fuel from lap 98.
10-4, man. Good job.
Right, man.
So tonight I was the lucky guy. I got all my picks correct. I'm playing the lottery tomorrow, and you, my man, you set it off just as good. Congratulations on the win.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, if we look on the news and we see Ernest King has won, however many billion in the lottery, he's got to kick down to the league. He's got to kick down to his cohorts in the booth and kick down to everyone if his luck holds out that long. But you know what? Congratulations on the podium. Congratulations, coasting it across. We didn't get to see a burnout, but hey, you know what? You won the race. That's what counts. Anyone you want to shout out to before we close this thing out?
Oh, yeah. Shout out to you guys in the booth doing an amazing job. Shout out to, oh my God, I need a sponsor list, but great league. Shout out to Tommy Gossett, Christopher Burrs, Paul Mazia. You're going to tell me I was sponsors. I'm so sorry.
Bucket Gear, DeMarja Gears.
Bucket Gear, DeMarja Gears, and there's one more.
The Sims. Diecast Sims.
Simnut Rigs, absolutely. We couldn't do this without those guys, so appreciate that. And, look forward to next week.
All right. Well, that's your race winner, folks. Chris Jones. Not just any old genius, like I said, a super genius tonight. Better than Wile E. Coyote because he was able to coast that thing right on the threshold of fuel. Carl Edwards, the field, and won the race, man. Congratulations. We look to see you next week. And guys in the booth, that was one heck of a race. I don't know what else I could say about this thing. Your thoughts after what we saw tonight? Oh, my God, what a race.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. It didn't surprise me. It didn't shock me. I kind of knew last week was an anomaly. It was the all-star race. These guys tonight really showed what this league is about. Had some instances, but not a lot of cautions, and I think that's what we look for. It's a great race. I can't wait for next week, man. Congratulations to the two-car Chris James and Takis in second, Otto, Reefs, and Gossett. What a good run by the 21. I can't wait for next week.
Oh, man, next week's going to be a barn burner. The man who had the eyeball on all the action, had all the camera angles, and brought us the views that we see every night. Kevin, what's your thoughts closing this thing out tonight? What did you catch that just amazed the heck out of you?
I have to say I was impressed with Takis, and I once again I was just blown away with the number of saves. To be able to, not only race as hard and as clean and as green as everyone here did, but when there was contact, that was a heroic level of saving. So, hats off to everybody on the field there. And throwing it back to you with the overall standings up on screen.
Well, being as how I can't see your screen, go ahead and run her down.
All right. Well, actually, Ernest, you want to do that there with me?
Yeah, I can do it. I got it up on my screen. Of course, the winner is the two-car of Chris James. We got Takis. Man, that's the mover of the night right there, man. Up plus 11, finishing second. Otto to 88, finishing in third. Christopher Reese finishing in fourth. And Gossett, he battled all night long. Wow, what a good night for him. He finished with a top 5. Christopher Williams, sixth. Jonathan Leach, he battled on. Good job, our compadre. Christopher B. Williams finished 8th. Joey Reese finished 9th. 10th is Meza. He got caught up in an early caution. Unfortunate for him, but he's still battled back for a top 10. 11th is C.J. Jones. Chris Rayboards brings her home in 12th. 13th is Chris Thompson. And then we got Landy coming in 14th. Careview, he's in 15th. Christopher L. Lawrence, he's 16th. 17th is Richie. Tate, unfortunately, had a very strong car tonight, man. That was crazy that,
that was a heartbreaking night.
Yeah.
Heartbreaking night goes to Christopher Tate, man. I hated to see it happen. If he didn't get caught up in that late race incident, with 31 laps to go, I think he'd have been, he'd have been there, but not quite working out for the driver of the 25.
Definitely
Finishing
a strong
shotgun on
car.
the field tonight.
Yeah,
Guys,
definitely.
we saw one hell of a race. We saw saves that, just amazed me. We saw cautions that did not come out because of the talent that this league has behind the wheel. Can't wait to see what happens next week. You know what? I just haven't got enough to say other than to say for ESPN, for the Chris Cup.
Whoa, hold on there.
For iRacing.
Hold on there, Chief. I've got a few things to say. I just want to bring up one more rundown of our sponsors because they are great and we do appreciate them. We've got KS Designs up on screen. DeMarzo's Gears, you can reach them at 661-212-3389. And we've got SimNut Racing Sims for all your sim racing gear. Check them out. And, of course, Butt Kicker. Feel what you've been missing. And throwing it back to you there, Byron.
Well, see, that's why, the only reason I'm still here is because my termination papers haven't reached me yet. But, hey, you know what? It's been a great night. And I can't, I'm sorry to forget about the sponsor read there, but I got so excited watching these guys that it's just blown me away tonight. Only thing I've got left to say, everyone, is, you know what? Same time next Sunday, we're going to be back at it again here at the Chris Cup on ESPN. And for my compadres, Ernest King and Kevin Conyu, this is Byron Rodney. You know what? It's been fun. In the words of Mr. Sam Cooper Bennett, keep it clean and keep it green, and we'll see you next time.